Maybe I should have. That would be helpful.
I see a blip on YouTube. YouTube is live.
Oh my god, I don't have a Facebook account, so I can't check that.
Maybe we're live on Twitch too?
I know we're live on Twitch. YouTube doesn't seem like it is.
I think YouTube's good.
Just on LinuxGameCast or LGC?
Hang on. Oh, hang on. I gotta change the category thing. Jeez, YouTube. Public.
Oh, unlisted, right?
Right.
That is that. I do appreciate that about the YouTube streaming though. It's like I just want to test some stuff, and YouTube's like, okay, no public.
Okay, maybe we should be.
Yeah, there we go.
All right. Hey everyone,
what's going on?
I'm gonna kick. If you're listening in Discord, we're gonna kick over to the live channel. You heard it? There we go. I need to just
Hi,
move.
Michael.
All right. Okay, so YouTube is up. Is Facebook? I might have just had Facebook. Let me go back. Doesn't look like Facebook wants to have it.
Oh no.
Go live.
Marky Mark, why?
Why?
But why?
I'm sending you the data bits, Facebook.
But why? But why male models?
Streaming software. Oh, hang on. Persistent key. That's like one of the things that you got to do. All right.
I don't know, Mike G. Are you high? And answer Linux News question, I guess. How high are you, Michael?
I don't know, man. If you've watched me fly a kite, you would not say high as a kite, man, because...
you mean over in that bush over there?
Effectively, yes.
That's about how high I am.
Nose dived into that bush. Yeah, I can do that pretty good.
Gets tangled in some sort of like antenna somewhere.
Just explodes.
What are those things that like rotate in the direction of the wind? Like they have the roosters or whatever.
Oh, weather vanes.
Weather vanes. Okay, yeah. Get stuck on a weather vane.
Okay, it says we're starting to go live on Facebook because I had to do the boom.
I believe you. Having no other means, I will take your word for it.
Okay.
Oh, actually, no, that's not true. I can get my wife to check. she has the Facebook.
Okay, I got that published. It says we have one person watching, which is probably me. Hey, beautiful people. Yeah, we're still figuring this out, but I think everything is up and running. Colorado's most awarded. Oh man, do they have like the what am I looking for? Like the high top, the value brand, like the store brand?
Yeah.
Of cannabis, like the budget. This is what I'm looking for, like the budget stuff.
I guess here it's like Red Can, but like there's Red Can stuff isn't bad. Like
Okay.
Men high level health. Colorado's most awarded cannabis.
Linux Nero's
well,
watch.
I would hope it contains marijuana.
Maybe, allegedly.
Morning. Yeah, I would be quite upset if it didn't.
I can't believe it's not cannabis.
No, it's just like margarine in it or something, right? Like,
Yeah, it's just butter in there.
yeah.
All right. So we got everything working. Pedro may or may not be here with us tonight, thanks to Virgin.
Thanks, Richard Branson. And his... Wait, no, Bezos had the penis rocket. Never mind.
Right. So we got a little bit of a pre-show. We got about like his appointment for Best Buy date is in like, what, 15 minutes?
Yes.
Then we'll know.
8:45, he says.
8:45. How's everybody doing? We got anything fun? We were just wrapping up the pre super shows, and we were talking about, like, we didn't know. I don't think either of us did, that Omega was still around.
Yeah, like, you don't think about it until it goes away.
Like, I had to look that up, and, like, people were still using it.
It's like GeoCities, right? Like, I don't think anyone was, like, actively using GeoCities when it went away, but it's like,
People,
that is like the strata. That is like the rock that the internet is built on, right? Like,
well, here's what like, people have used Omega. Like, there are creators, like, that is their entire channel.
Oh yeah,
was like generating, like, meeting random people, playing songs and things like that with Omega or Meagle. What? How do you even pronounce? I've always called it Omega.
Omegle. Yeah, I always read it as Omegle. Feel free to correct this in the hate mail.
How do you... All right, kids, let's do it. First browser session of the evening.
How do you pronounce 11111?
How do you...
Like Omega. Okay, so Omegle.
Like Omega. All right. Sure. Let's find the other video that says it's
like Omegle. like Omega.
Omegle.
Oh my god!
Omegle.
Gersburps.
Oh hell yeah! I'm gonna call it Omegle.
Omegle.
Did you hear they shut down Omegle? What the hell is Omegle?
Omegle.
All right, let me get that plugged in. Yeah, Alpha and Omegle.
Alphabet and Omegle, the beginning and the end of the internet.
Yeah, that gets shut down. Zero punctuation. The Escapist exploded.
The Escapist escaped?
Man, like, all of our 20s is imploding.
Yeah?
Except for Facebook.
Is this what Gen X felt like at the end of their relevance?
Well, think about, like, service degradation, like, you know, Reddit, and, like, things just like in the past, things in 2022 that have just kind of noped, right?
Yeah.
Like,
trying to squeeze that blood from a stone.
How often is it properties that, like, oh, that was still around? Like, did anybody ever watch or consume anything from The Escapist that wasn't zero punctuation?
Well, so I know a lot of people, like, started watching content that was originally hosted on The Escapist that then went elsewhere, like Loading Ready Run. That got a lot of stuff on The Escapist, and now they're like their own YouTube and Twitch presence. It's kind of like Channel Awesome, like the Nostalgia Critic stuff. We were talking about that a little bit in Discord earlier this week too.
Yeah, man, I only watch Rocket Boom.
Rocket. Yes.
Are you even old enough to know what that is?
Was that the Rocket Jump was the every 90s commercials ever.
Rocket Boom. Oh man, is it still around? Yeah, it was a video vlog. Like, it was the thing back in the day.
Rocket Boom by Andrew Barron.
Newscast with comedic slant since 2004.
From 2004 to 2013. Okay.
Please don't be a porn site. Yay, alright. Risky click. I don't even know. Episodes are archived on YouTube. Like, it was big. Like, Sesame Street big.
No, we got Cookie Monster. I don't think we could pull Cookie Monster.
You never know, man. Like,
actually, yeah. You know what? Jill presents an interesting wrinkle in that, because she's got, like, weird industry connections. We can get a conversation with some people.
always like the worst fear of reaching out. Is somebody saying yes.
Yeah, because then you got to follow through.
No doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah, no means you don't have to do anything, right?
Right. You're like, no gives you the satisfaction of knowing, like, well, I tried.
Yeah. Yes means, oh god, there's more trying coming. There's so much more trying.
But I'm not somebody that's gonna like pound on like doors, man. Like try to get. I hate that process. That's why, like, I have no desire to like, hey, man, you want to come do a thing? And they could be like, yeah, maybe I'll think about it. And you, like, I need a yes or no, dude. I don't like want to sit and have a conversation like over a period of 2 months. Because one thing I've definitely heard, it's like I've been working on this guy for like all year and finally got him to say yeah. Like, no way will that ever be. Because if somebody asks you to do a thing, man, like, how are you? Or if I'm like yes or no. I'm not a maybe person.
So sometimes it's a maybe if it's like in the future or something. If I don't know if I'll be around or whatever. Like, yeah, maybe, but like generally, yeah, I prefer to commit to like, yeah, I'll do this by then or no. Yeah, and if like if they start working on you or whatever, and they're like, I finally wore you down, it's like, and then you finally do it, it's like they didn't want to do it in the first place, so it's just gonna be crappy anyways. They're just gonna show up and do the bare minimum to be like, can I go now?
Why would you waste a Ryzen 5 on a Chromebook? I like the idea of Chromebooks, so I want a Chrome tablet. I wish Chrome tablets had taken off. They did not.
No.
Acer made one. It was
the x86 one, wasn't it?
No. Well, okay. They did have an x86 one, and they had an ARM one. Both of them were just way underpowered to run Chrome OS. Like if I had a Chromebook, it would be an unhinged Chromebook. Like it would not be. I don't want something that's like laggy and hard to use. Like I'm the same way with tablets, man. That's when I buy new tablets. Is like when Gboard takes too long to open up. Which
could they just make Gboard run better? No, buy a better tablet.
Oh no! Could they make Gboard? Could they make the Gboard APK smaller than 100 megabytes? No. And you download like other keyboards, and they're like 8 megs. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because the 100 megs is like all the AI telemetry data that it's sending back to Google, right? Like,
but here's the thing, though. I mean, they know where Gboard's going to install on their operating system, man. It's like, shit, take advantage of some of the stuff that's already there. Like, don't give me the flat pack version of this.
I think that's how Android works, though. No, like everything's just a jar.
You know what? Build it into the operating system.
Yeah. If only there were some built-in command line utilities and basic functionality.
Dude. Not Amazon. Oh yeah, Amazon is working on a Linux replacement.
Like a kernel replacement or just like an OS replacement in general?
Amazon replacement. Android.
Makes sense. Like the Fire tablets are like, oh yeah, they're Android tablets. They're like crappy Android tablets.
They're going to call it Vega because that was popular with AMD.
Yeah. They'll call it Lou Vega, and it'll be Mambo number 5, Mambo number 6.
I mean,
there's a Pedro typing. Did he just mash the spacebar?
I don't know. But to get rid of like Fire Sticks, TVs, connected devices.
Like if it were a proper Linux OS, I don't know, maybe.
They wouldn't do that. I think
No.
What I was just reading there is they're just going to take out, they're going to use open source Android and replace the core effectively, right?
Yeah.
The Google services.
Well, yeah, because like at this point, like you just get the hardware support with like the Android kernel, right? At this point.
Well, I mean, I try not to use as many Google services as I can get away with not using. I use micro G, but you run into like weird dependencies. Like some things just like my Android tablets, like the OK Google types. Sorry, not really. Like I can't use that. I couldn't use Google Podcast. Like strangely enough, that was dependent on the Google blob, like which never made any sense. But that project's been killed because Google. You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean that is one thing about you, Google. Is like if you don't like the direction of a project, wait a couple of years because then it will just die.
Would you? I don't. Wow. Like I don't even know if I'd buy a Google Pixel.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah. Because like the hardware is nice, but then it's like 2 years later, they're like, we're not supporting it anymore.
Right. But we're in the minority there, aren't we? Because everybody replaces their phones every 2 years.
Yeah.
I would never buy another Google tablet.
Nexus, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I guess. Well, the Nexus stuff was good once upon a time, and then they stopped supporting it.
But that's back when Google used to be cool. They were releasing things like the Nexus 7. Like,
yeah. Dude, the Nexus 7 was dope.
It was dope. It was dope enough to where I'm like, you know what? I'm going to buy the big one. I'm going to buy the big fancy one. And like later that year, they're like, we're dropping support for that. Okay, well, do you get a new thing coming out? No. I was a little sad about
Lenovo
that.
tablet. I forget who posted the other day.
That looked pretty good, didn't it?
Yeah, I'm like, oh man, I want a real OS. I don't know. I have found I just hate apps more and more and more. They're as functional or worse than the website usually, and I have to install an entirely separate thing to interface with this thing that could just been done over a website. And they'll drive you towards their app, like, use the app, use the app, use the app.
I avoid that, but I mean, there's some apps that I'll definitely take the app over. Like, I'll take the YouTube app any day over having to use YouTube through a browser on mobile.
Yeah, I guess with premium, yeah.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you can get, like, ad block and shit.
Like, I take too much of advantage of, like, watching something and minimizing it and browsing other stuff while that's playing.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Would I guess VLC doesn't count.
Yeah, VLC is I need to play video. But I use that same program on my PC, so I think it's acceptable.
VLC's chonky on Android too, though, man. What else do you like typically? I'm trying to think, like, everything else is like, yeah, well, okay, fair enough. Like Google Docs, I'm glad that there's a workspace app.
Sure. Yeah, Google Docs, but like
Twitch.
Twitter or Mastodon, I just use in mobile Firefox.
I don't.
I guess my bank app, but that's because like you can cash checks with it and shit. It's also the authenticator for the bank account. So like I see why you would want to like have that.
Android Auto. I'm trying to go through like the Twitch app. Gotta have that. YouTube app. Gotta have that. Hacker News app. I could use that on.
I guess. But like that this is more a fault of Reddit than anything. But like
gotta have
Relay.
the Reddit app.
Once upon a time it was Relay. Now it's Red Reader, and I'm like, and every time I struggle to use it a little bit, I'm like, oh, it's Relay. Yeah. Some little thing it doesn't do that Relay did. And just like,
or like one extra step. The thing that bugs me is
the teardrop.
Saving media on that, man. I've gotten used to it. Like I was thinking about that the other day. I'm like, okay, I've gotten pretty functional with this. But like saving media with Red Reader is you save it, and it takes you to the gallery, then you got to save it there. And I'm like,
oh, the gallery browsing sucks because like in Relay it just popped it up and you could like swipe through it. Here it's like the secondary screen that you can like.
Discord app though.
I guess, yeah, Discord.
Yeah.
But for push notifications. Oh, yes, what else?
Oh.
I guess I have an emulator installed on here, but like I can't
Really?
run that in a... Yeah.
Huh. What do you emulate
Yeah,
these days?
Game Boy games.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if I'm like honestly, that shit's been like a real savior when you're like sitting in like a dentist office or something. You're just like, I'm gonna play some Pokemans or Final Fantasy 2. That's what I started, and I keep meaning to get back to on my phone.
You just play that with like the touch?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. It's Final Fantasy. It's not like new Final Fantasy. It's not an action game. This is the old school Final Fantasy back in my day.
They released Big Vampire Lady
Lady Dimitrescu.
Yeah, that game. That Resident Evil game, I don't remember the name of it, which I've played for the M Series Max.
Okay.
Yeah. So apparently, like, the new one can do like 1080p 60.
Nice. I really want to see whatever fucking Nvidia is going to come out with.
Dude.
I've been saying for years they could pull some shit out.
Well, they got to. Where else can they go now?
Yeah, right? Like,
right. Like the corporate shark needs to eat in order to survive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, and if anyone has like the expertise to like take a crack at Apple, like Qualcomm came out swinging with those new Snapdragons. Those are dope as hell.
Mm-hmm.
But I really think Nvidia could just like, if they really tried, they could absolutely just dominate that market.
Well, I do believe that they were really trying because they were trying to buy ARM.
Fair enough. They're like, crap, if we can't own it, then we're gonna have to make some shit.
They might have been up to something. And you got to imagine that, like, they were up to a lot of something. But I talked about this. This was the week that you were out. Do we get the SoC? Or because in my dream world, it would be an entire new open standard for motherboards.
So, a new socket type, you could just
like they worked with ARM.
Not about that.
I know, but let me dream for a minute, man. Like the ARM's like, you know what? We'll have a new form factor. It'll still be ATX or whatever.
Yeah.
But it'll have, discrete couple of PCI Express holes, RAM modules. And I'm like, yeah, give me that. But we're not. It's going to be like buying a motherboard with a Mac. How much RAM do you want soldered on that?
Remember when Intel was going to move to BGA and they're like, yeah, soldered onto the motherboard.
Woo!
Woo! And everyone's like, fuck that shit. Duh.
Oh, we got some sad news this week. Intel also announced that they're closing down their cryogenic cooling department.
What are they doing? Freezing Walt Disney's head?
I don't know. Apparently they had like an entire thing going on for like cryo cooling at Intel, and they're like, yeah, we're going to shut that down. And I was like, huh?
Okay. I guess it's not like, it's not something like readily scalable, right? Like, how many tanks of liquid hydrogen can you realistically keep on hand, right?
Like, damn it, I wanted my cryo AIO. Cryo. Right.
Cray-IO. It is cray.
They're cray. Exotic cooling, man. I hate having water cooling. Ugh. At least you got some pretty good clearance, though, man, between your new ginormous video card.
Yes. I had to smoosh some cables down, but it went in without any issue. It's a big boy though. It's like a full like MATX motherboard, and it just hangs off the back.
I think we were like Streaming Trick made you post that, and you're like, it's a big boy, and I'm like, shut the absolute hell up. You got the same case I do. You could put another one behind it. Yes, but it's still long. It's still long, but I mean, you still have like that much room before the front of the case, man. Yeah. What do you got, like these 700D Corsairs? Like, to give you an idea, if you're unfamiliar, like the AIO I have is mounted to the top, not because I wanted it mounted to the top. It's because the hoses aren't long enough to get to the front. Yeah, there is definitely there's some sketchy cabling in here because like the one it came with wasn't long enough, so we're gonna have to do some extensions here. I probably saw
But it was stupid painless getting that shit up and running. It's weird. It's like
you plug it in.
You're expecting more shit to go wrong, right? Like,
you know what? If I'd bought an AMD GPU and I'd plugged it in, I would have been expecting everything to just work. Mainly because I've got a little bit of experience now dealing with the APUs.
oh yeah, with the 5800 RX 580 and the 5700 XT, yeah, but those were all clean installs. R.I.P. Pedro. So this was my concern was like, this is an already running install. There's NVIDIA shit in here. How do they play together? And the answer is pretty easily, pretty well. Now, could I run the 5700 and the 1080 Ti at the same time?
You could.
Yeah. In Wayland? Upside down?
Well, I mean, you're not going to get to the find out part of the equation with that attitude.
Yeah.
Now, I'm always like concerned about power draw. I was talking about this on Wednesday, just out of curiosity, because we were talking about power consumption, and it had been a while. Because like when I first built this Threadripper system, just like by itself, I plugged it. I'm like, what's this thing draw idle? Because I needed to know these numbers, and it wasn't bad. It was like 90 something watts. However, like this week with the 2 capture cards, fiber card, video card, plus all the NVMe drives and all the SSDs in there, I like clicked that setting over on my UPS at 230 watts at idle. Sitting there at the desktop doing nothing. Do you got one of those plugged in?
Which the UPS?
APCs?
Yes, I do. It's right there. Unfortunately, the screen is facing the wall, so I can't fucking tell you what it says.
Just lift it up. Don't worry, it'll be good.
Yeah. There's a bunch of cables running through.
Just unplug it, flip it around.
Just wiggle it around.
It's
Nothing
APC,
will go wrong.
Man. Yeah.
Although I think the battery in this guy probably needs to be replaced. You know, where do you just buy them? Mm-hmm. I honestly don't know.
Yes. You can get them at a battery store, or you can get them off Amazon.
Okay.
I'd go with Amazon unless you're near a batteries plus.
Right. Well, Amazon, because you can
shipping.
Like, this battery is broken. Please send me a new battery.
My APCs, I would assume these batteries need changing because these things are like 5 or 6 years old now. But earlier, a couple of months ago, I ran both of them down to 0.
Okay. Yeah, this one, I would have bought this one in around 2015. So yeah, it's about 8 years old now. Oh, damn. Holy shit. Fuck. What? That was 8 years ago.
8 years ago?
Oh, that was almost 10 years ago.
Skyrim just turned 12.
Yeah, where does the time go, man?
They still run now. That said, I think it's like a cyber power. Maybe a cyber power? Let's find out. The one I have in the rack for the audio equipment. I can get to the, where did I put that under? Do I have a category for power on our Amazon thing? Yeah, electric. There we go.
Power.
Yeah, cyber power. The one I have in the rack, the battery of that thing's already, it's got like 12 minutes on it now.
All right. I guess no Pedro.
All right.
Double Jordan.
I have a da-da-da. And then
no, to me forever.
Fine.
Nah.
Oh, I guess your layer is boop.
I'm like an ogre. I have layers.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna have to begin OBS in order to get this lined up in a minute. Where's my thing? There we go. And
yeah, what do the weeps say? Kage Bushi no Jutsu. That's the one. The multiform thing that Naruto does.
Oh, I don't know. I've never seen.
I watched far enough where he learned that thing because Adult Swim had a marathon on at one time when I was in a hotel room. And I'm like, I have no idea what this is about. I'm gonna watch it. And there was like a dude. There was like a water dude. That's what I remember. I'm sure all the weebs in the audience are like vibrating now. You're welcome. I guess Nemo? I've watched exactly 20 episodes of Naruto, so... And this was well before I bought this APC, so you can do the math on how long ago that was. How many joints ago was that? How much weed? Oh god. I don't know. Ooh. Do I want to know? Do I want to know how many like if I could pull up like my achievements page, like how much cannabis have I consumed in my entire life?
Are you going to be doing that in kilos?
Like I guess grams of THC? Maybe kilos? I don't think I think at most I would have broken a kilo of THC. Like, I don't know.
How about, yeah, I think that's like, drilling it down too much. Let's just go with raw combustible material here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it's like, do you want to know these stats? Do I want to know that stat? I mean, now I do out of curiosity, but after seeing the number, it's going to be like, whoa, that's way too much.
Well, now that everything is, like, legal in Canada, do you have, like, your finance tracker? Does this got, like, weed on it?
Yes. Yeah, no, like it's in the budget, right? Like,
yeah. I was just wondering if like you had like because I know a couple of banks I have. One of them has like the automated, like it just does a breakdown of like what you spend money on.
I think my bank classifies that under like entertainment or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Because of like the broad categories of stuff, because they have like. Because I get a thing where I get like money back on specifically grocery spend, whatever it like tags as grocery.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
The I finished the last Terry Pratchett book.
Oh.
Ventersmith.
Hmm.
You could clearly tell he was not done writing that.
Hmm. Did someone else finish it up, or does it just like...
No, he had a beginning, middle, and end worked out, and it was just missing all
like the connective tissue,
the nonstop stuff between the beginning, middle, and end. You could tell that he'd written that out, and it's very telling because the guy who's been reading all of his books has like a thing at the end explaining that. Like I was like, you felt this the entire time. Like this just seems very cut and dry for Terry Pratchett, anything. And he talks about, he's like, yeah, so Terry normally would spend a long time rewriting all the bits between the beginning, middle, and end and reworking until his publisher had to pull it away from him. Mm-hmm. He didn't get the chance to do it this. And I'm like, yeah.
Unfortunate.
Oh man, don't let your bank spy on you.
Someone's got to do like a good Discworld adaptation, man. That shit is ripe for like a big budget adaptation.
It would have to be a bunch of series, man. Like,
well, or just like a setting, right, where you could have like TV shows and movies or whatever. It doesn't have to be like an all interconnected narrative.
Yes, it does. Haven't you seen the MCU? There's a new Marvel movie coming out.
Yes, the Marvels.
I suggest everybody go look for the end credits because that's probably all you want to see. The post-credit spoiler scene, you're like, ooh, all right.
So, which is just a setup for the next movie.
Nobody spoil it, but that was like the post-credits for that was the one thing that I've seen for I don't know how many Marvel movies that have come out that I've just been like, what I think the last Marvel movie that I sat down and watched was The Last Avengers.
Okay.
Wait, no, I think that
Guardians.
Guardians. All right, Guardians. Yes.
Guardians was the last one that I watched. You should finish Loki. Loki is very good. We were talking about that in the pre super shows.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gotta check that out. The post credit scenes in this latest Marvel thing is what a lot of people have been waiting on. A lot of people have been waiting on, and I am curious what they're going to do with it. I'm also curious on how they're going to fuck it up.
I'm gonna look it up because I don't know if I'm gonna. At this point, I think I have MCU fatigue. I'm not invested enough in the ongoing narrative to care anymore.
But yeah, Discworld, give me some series. Like, you can do a Reaperman series, you can do The Witches. The Wizard, follow him, have him be like a dandelion in The Witcher. Just have him pop in and out. And of course, The Watch.
I didn't hate The Watch. Everyone was like super rabidly like
I didn't hate The Watch until I went back and listened to all the Watch books again for the first time in 30 years. And that reminded me like what made it was the TV series was good for a show set in that universe, but to call it The Watch and the portrayal of the characters versus what Terry Pratchett had established.
I don't know. I thought it was very clever that like the whole thing was they set up the whole multiverse thing and they're like, no, this is the shitty version of Discworld where everyone sucks. I thought that was like a neat thing that could be explored. I thought
it was entertaining as a show.
It's not the same characters, but like whatever. It's an adaptation. You can change stuff.
Yeah. The audience. That's like the one you probably don't want to fuck with Terry Pratchett shit. And like he was way more clever of a writer than anybody in that writing room ever thought about ever becoming.
Sure, but like I also don't think that Terry would be too upset with someone trying to take his work and like try to reinterpret. That's the other thing. So.
Oh no, I'm not saying about upset. It's just like the product at the end wasn't the Watch.
It wasn't what people really wanted.
Yeah, it was something set in that universe with characters with the same, but I mean, it wasn't the Watch. And I think what was like bothersome is like what the potential like following just a little more closely to like what the Watch was, the potential of making a Watch series is what I was feeling when I got done with it. I'm like, man, that would make such a good series. Then trying to go back and
yeah, I think my one real complaint with the Watch is that they tried to squeeze a little too much into that first season just so that they can get all the characters there. Because like, yeah, if you go through the books, it's like a very, very slow accrual of characters. Like Angua doesn't show up until like the 4th or 5th book or whatever. Mm-hmm. And she's like right there in the middle of it. In the first season. And like, yeah, could have definitely used some time to breathe and like show off the worlds.
And it was missing, what's his name? Fucking primary character. Well, 2 really, because like the alchemist scientist was supposed to be a female dwarf. With a beard.
Shuri, yeah. Shuri's in there.
Is a dwarf?
Yeah, this she's the lady with the beard. Isn't that supposed to be her?
What?
Yeah. In the show, there's Shuri the dwarf. That's I thought that was.
Shuri is portrayed by a dude who's like 2 meters tall, with no beard.
Was it?
Yes, Joe Eaton Kent.
Yeah, Joe. Yeah, I think they're non-binary.
All right, that's just the name is Joe Eaton Kent.
Yeah, but But yeah, I mean, whatever. Tall dwarves.
And who was the other guy? Main character in the book, the real smarmy guy. Can't remember his name.
Not Vimes.
Not
Veterinary?
Vine. No, Veterinary was the patriarch.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, it is very difficult to find just a list from the Constable, what was his name?
I want to say
Knobs.
but that's not right.
Knobs. Constable Knobs. Like, that is a primary character in the Watch throughout all of the Watch series. Like, chapters with nothing but him in it. With his, what's going on with his story, just gone.
I'm drawing a blank, but I also haven't read those books in a while, so.
Like I said, when I first watched, like the Watch, I'm like, oh, that was fun. That was good. And that got me to go back and like listen to the Watch series, which is a couple of books. I'm like, it's still good, but not the Watch.
I guess we're still gonna wait 4 years for Good Omens season 3 or the book, whichever comes first.
I don't care that. Do what you want with that. Like, bring it. Like, they're batting 1,000 on that adaptation.
Oh yeah.
Like, that was brilliant. And Sandman.
Yeah. Oh man. When Sandman season 2, you guys?
Like, just knocking it out of the park, man. Like that. Faithful to the source material.
Did anyone watch that one season of American Gods after Neil left?
I watched.
There was like the two. There were the 2 seasons, and then there was the 3rd one afterwards.
Okay, I haven't watched the 3rd one.
Yeah,
I didn't even know there was a 3rd one.
Yeah, it was like basically whoever was left over.
All right. No, I haven't watched that. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll go watch the first episode of that and see what it's about. Like, the first series of American Gods, brilliant.
Oh, it was so good.
Do you know what I was thinking about giving a rewatch, though?
What?
Preacher.
Yeah, like Preacher is pretty self-contained too, so you could get that done pretty quickly.
Preacher was back when AMC was like, what is AMC doing, man? Jeez.
Right, yeah.
Right.
They had just put out Breaking Bad, and people were like, oh shit.
But
like
Breaking Bad, Walking Dead, and then Preacher came out.
Yeah. But like out of Preacher, we got Invincible and The Boys, so like, yeah.
Has anybody tried to watch the
Gen V? Oh,
right.
I can't bring myself to do it.
That's one of those few things that I'm not even remotely worried that I'm missing something great after, like, unless it is completely different from every trailer I've tried to watch for it. Like,
well, what they're gonna do is what they're probably gonna do is like a bunch of shit in the new season of The Boys like doesn't make any sense unless you go watch Gen V.
Damn, it's gonna be a damn shame I'm not gonna understand some parts in The Boys.
Right? They tried doing that with Big Mouth and Human Resources and was just like, yeah, I don't care.
Like, oh well. Yeah, that's never worked out well, has it? They're like, no, you need to go play the video game to understand that. I'm like, no.
You gotta go play the Fortnite level before you watch Star Wars so you can understand what's happening.
At best, what ends up happening is I'm going to watch the 4-minute YouTube video with a recap with everything you need to know about thing. And that's going to be it. Except DOE Marvel. Nope, too late. And it takes you backsies. That trailer looks dope as hell. I'm going to watch that. I've liked all the Planet of the Apes movies that have come out.
Yeah, the recent ones have been good. That one with Marky Mark though. Ugh. I saw that one in theaters.
I didn't mind any of them.
The 2000s one. Did you see that one?
I've seen them. Hold on, what is this? This is the what, 3rd one?
4th, I think. Planet of the Apes. What about the musical?
Damn it.
I love you, Dr. Zaius. Okay, yeah. So there was the new series, the reboot series, which was Rise of the Planet of the Apes, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, War for Planet of the Apes, and now the new one is Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
So there's been 3. This is the 4th.
3, and this is number 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there was the 2001 one that was
that one. See, yeah. I know I've seen that, but it's been like I couldn't tell you about it.
I remember seeing it in theaters with my dad.
Wow. Oh, jeez. Oldest movie that I remember seeing theater. It's a toss-up. I couldn't tell you which year they were made, but by yourself.
By myself.
Youngest,
okay.
By yourself. Going to the theater by yourself. Or, okay, without, let's say, adult supervision.
Okay, yeah, because like, you don't always go to the movies alone, right? Like, I only started doing that as an adult because it's like, oh, I have my money. Oh, I want to go see this movie.
With a group, I'm going to say like the 2 earliest, because I had to throw a modifier because I don't know which one's which, but it was either Edward Scissorhands, which I went to go see all by my damn self, and Howard the Duck.
Bubble Boy.
Bubble Boy. Bubble.
The kid. It was about the kid in the bubble who's like trying to get across country to go see his girlfriend, so he like builds a bubble suit.
2001, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I've never seen that.
Okay.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah. Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jaws. All right.
At least it wasn't Jaws 4: The Revenge.
Well, come on, man. I mean, that the blood is like, I like it that the shark's like, fuck you guys. I'm coming back for you, man.
Fuck you. I'm gonna swim to New York. Track you. Somehow I know you're in New York. I fucking looked it up on Shark Google. And I got a fucking map from fucking Shark Map Quest.
Right. I'm gonna take my shark Uber.
My Schuber. No, it's the Shark Lift. It's the Shift.
Spirit Within. I don't. Nope, I didn't watch that in theater.
At the same time as the original Tomb Raider movie.
I bought Spirit Within on pay-per-view, though. But yeah, I guess like maybe the Teenage Mutant. I think I saw one of them. I think it might have been the 3rd one I saw in theater, but that was with another group. I guess you can't do that these days, right? Like that was like we just make a day of it, and we get dropped off at the theater. And
yeah, just give. Like there's an arcade there. There's usually like bookstores or malls or shit. You just,
like bouncing around. Like long as you kept buying concessions, they didn't say shit to you when you were like, hey, we're gonna go watch this. And I'm like, yeah, sure, buy some more popcorn. Lone Shark. Oh.
I think it also depends on the theater because if you probably couldn't get away with that in like one of the big corpo theaters now. But like,
Oh, probably not.
Yeah.
I don't know. They might just be so desperate to get people to like be there. Like we need warm bodies.
Yeah. We just got to make it seem like people are here seeing movies. Then more people will come.
Dude. Okay. Wow. I'm dredging up old memories. My sister had come to visit, and it was it might have been it was a holiday or birthday or something like that. She's like, "What movie do you want to go see?" RoboCop 3.
Ooh. I don't think I've seen RoboCop.
On a weekend. Like, not late, so this had to have been like maybe 3 or 4 only people in the theater. No one. Which I like these days. That might have been like, this is dope as hell. You can do whatever you want. Because even like I will go to the theater like on a Tuesday at 11 a.m. like if I want to see something.
Yeah. It was more convenient back when I lived near a movie theater that didn't require like getting into a car. But yeah. But now it's also just like I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to leave my house.
You gotta get out. You gotta do stuff. You'll turn into a shut-in.
I don't want to see the sun.
Gotta get out, man. Gotta go to concerts.
going to Buffalo this week. Visit one of Lonnie's friends. I was very, very sad to find out that like there's no fucking magical Canada tax exchange rate shit. It's all the same price.
For
yeah, for like video cards and stuff. I was gonna run over there and like try and smuggle one over the border. Like
the same price.
Yeah, like if you factor in the exchange rate, yeah, pretty much like within like $10-15.
Oh, okay. You see, when you say concert, we got to like factor in a bunch of things. Like, what do you consider like an arena concert? Because I, at least once, sometimes twice a month, I'll go pop downtown and catch a show. But I mean, it's like playing at a bar or something like
that. I mean, that's I guess it depends on the venue, right? Like, if it's like a place that has like a stage in the back and like there's like performing and like they gate tickets. Versus like having a joint with like just a band playing.
Well, they have like a cover chart. I mean, yeah, there's that. Like, there's always a Georgia Theater, but I only go in the Georgia Theater to make sure they didn't fuck anything up. Then I got to get up before I fuck with whoever's running front of house because they get mad at you real quick. Like, I have a different opinion on how this should sound. They love it.
It's fucking dueling audio engineers. You fucking go into the pit, start fucking around with those knobs. Someone's like, "Who did this?" Ah!
We got them set up on
this high, not this high.
I don't know, man. They can do a lot more than what they're doing because we pulled all the Cobra Net out of there and replaced it with Dante. They're in good shape. Even for the stage on the roof that they've never used. They've used it 3 times. All right, you want to get going then?
Yeah, might as well. I guess I'll go to the bathroom first.
All right. I've never seen Weird Al in concert. Not opposed to the idea, though. Weird Al's going to be one of those musicians that you could be like, I had so many opportunities to go see Weird Al. Now he's dead. Like, I only went to one Nirvana concert growing up. Straight up just passed on the second one. I'm like, whatever, we'll catch Nirvana next time. Guess what? There was no next time after that. But I haven't been to a bunch of crazy ones. Just date myself. Like, when I was going to a lot of concerts, like, that was in the 90s, early aughts, like Green Day, Black Crowes, whoever was in town, basically. Tragically hip.
Okay. Banana.
I'll tell you why you don't do that, Dak, because we didn't know whether or not Pedro was going to be able to make it. You don't want to be in the position where you have 4 people on the show.
Or, what we could do is Pedro says one word and then surprise guest says another word and they have to like alternate.
It's easier to have 2 people that are familiar with the show notes, and it's like, really, like, oh, here's an hour, get ready.
Yeah.
Talk coherently.
Coherently.
Yeah, coherently. Listen, man, I listen to enough podcasts where I'm like, you guys just don't do any prep whatsoever.
Oh yeah, no, there are some you can tell that like,
like we're just
and whenever I hear people like refer to the show notes, I'm like, okay, yeah, you have them too. Although like the 1 or 2 podcasts I have guested on other than this one, our show notes are like way more comprehensive than a lot of folks.
Yeah. But I mean, that having good show notes, structured show notes, and structured air quotes around that, leads to a very like we still have plenty of ad lib.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not just all over the place, and there's no rambling, you know, for like looking for content rambling, right? We never like,
and
in post. I don't have to cut out silences.
well, it's also the nice thing of like once you run out of stuff in that section of the notes, it's like, okay, well, I guess we're done at like it's just sort of the natural stopping point of the conversation.
You immediately start thinking about how you can make a joke about the next thing.
Yeah. Which, we have a system that works very well for us. So I think after 10 years, it's pretty well refined.
I mean, it hasn't changed a lot.
It hasn't changed a lot, and like I tried, like honestly, I've tried to like get other people on board with like the color coding thing, especially when you're doing like collaborative docs. It's like it really helps when like you know who's writing what at a glance,
right?
And everyone's like, no, we're not going to do that. I was like, but.
I'm going to be that one that's like one step off from the purple. I'm like,
yeah,
no, that's purple rouge.
I call purple, then I call indigo.
Indigo, that's not a real color. Get out of here. Primary only.
Pink's not the real color, man.
Pink's real easy to see in dark mode. You guys have you don't need, oh, here, let me show you what. You're not pink on... We have a... Let me show you guys what I see. Completely different color codes than what Jordan's thinking about.
Oh, the inverted ones.
Yeah. So I'm green.
I'm baby blue apparently.
Mm-hmm.
And Pedro is
orange-ish.
Yeah. That's like food residue that's been like burned on a stovetop.
A pumpkin Pedro.
PP.
PP, yeah.
Pumpkin spice Pedro. I think that's already a show title though. Don't make suggest that one.
I mean, I'm going to push pretty hard for hi 3DMark. All right. Yeah, let me go grab a Amish. I don't know, man. Like, if we ever, like, power grid, everything explodes, like, that's who's going to be around to, like, rebuild society.
Yeah.
Off-grid. Jill's is red.
Hi, Monster Cameron. You're so cute. Oh, my God. I see you in the YouTube chat.
Oh, right. I should have the YouTube chat open, which I don't. I normally pop that out. Thank you for reminding me. Let me go to Go Live. And we can pop out the YouTube chat. Pop out chat. Hey, there we go. There, you've been noticed. Oh, thank you and Jordan. There we go. Now I gotta find a place to put it. God.
I have it like nestled right next to Discord.
I gotta browse it. Let me squeeze it a little bit. There we go.
Oh, hey, Nightbot.
Hey, what's going on, Nightbot? How you doing?
Took you a minute.
There's Linux Nero.
Oh no, it came online at 8:37. Never mind. This is just Nightbot doing its random periodic spam.
It'd be lovely if you could just set it to just randomly, like, I don't know, like Monday afternoon. Like, what's up?
It's like going live. Wait, what?
What?
Subscribe. Random calls to action. Smash that bell, fam.
Dude, that's always like the fear of like sitting around. I think I misread that one time. It had to have been on a Monday or yeah, I think pretty much a Monday or early on a Thursday or something like that. I got a Go Live notification and I thought it was us, and I'm like, what the actual? Oh, you might have actually. It might have been you accidentally tapping a button or Pedro tapping a button. That's not something you want to see. With your stream going live and you not knowing.
Wait a second. Who's? Right. What time is it? Who's fucking? This is what happens when you kids go around in shop class.
No, man.
I have lost the will to live because I've run out of nicotine gum.
Community Mart. Oh, cool. I got mod tools and stuff. You got mod tools in your YouTube chat?
Do I?
Yeah, click the hamburger 3-dot line.
I can report and I can block.
Oh.
But I can also like switch YouTube over to like your account.
Oh, right.
Because I've the delegated thing or whatever. So I guess like if I wanted that.
Yeah, I just got like straight up ban hammers on this thing. I can put users in timeout.
Don't make me put you in timeout.
But here's the beautiful thing about YouTube. I also have this option. This came from Google Plus. Flying Spaghetti Monster, bless its soul.
Pour one out.
Google Plus had a feature that was so brilliant, where you didn't block people, but you could hide them, where they never knew. As long as they were logged into their account, they could still post comments on your post and everything. It was great.
Ban.
Right. But no one except them could see it. YouTube has adopted that for YouTube comments, which is beautiful. I love it because I don't ban anybody. But if you end up in the dipshit filter, the automated dipshit filter,
the ADF.
Yeah. Which means like you're just like whatever, and I might see it, might not. But if I do see it, and if it is real derpy, I'll like put you. I can just hide you from the channel, where you can just knock yourself out, man.
So Twitch has the like do you want to allow this message through thing?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
And you really got to be rolling pretty hard to even trigger that, man, because I don't have any of the moderate whatever type.
It's whatever the default is.
Yeah.
It flagged us on arse one time. But like I think we've
trained most of it out of it. We've managed to get it pretty sweary.
You gotta keep shilling for us, Monster Cameron. You gotta spread the word.
Yeah.
Increase our subs and our grinders and our hoagies.
Man, I opened up the OBS streaming thing, the drop down menu. Dude, there were so many just poured.
Yeah.
Poured. Like,
grab your dick and double click. The internet's for porn.
Bunch of services I've never heard of. All right, cool. Let me go grab a drink, and we're gonna get started on this. We do a thing. We're gonna talk about Half-Life.
Oh my god. Yeah. Random Valve game updates. It's always fun. Spool up the rampant speculation drive. Yep. Good old Avenue Q. Got to see that live. God, 15 years ago. Oh boy. Oh no. I'm turning to dust. Oh man. Well, I slacked a bunch on the show notes because I was expecting Pedro to do the research, so hopefully I can just crib off of Pedro's notes and sound like I know what I'm talking about. That's a little peek behind the curtain for you guys. We'll see. Pedro? Is that like if Pedro's mouth was like a mandible and he had a cloaking device? It's the Predator. Fights Arnold Schwarzenegger, gets beaten up because it's still Pedro. Good times. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. The naked man behind the curtain. Yes, his name can be spelled like that. Oh yeah, it's coming as Zifi. This is coming after the but it's just gonna be done in the gold source engine. It's gonna be very, very retro. Retro VR. Actually, are there VR games that like crib from like the Virtual Boy style? Maybe. Some. I'm too lazy to Google. No, you know what? I like to imagine, like, in 1,000 years, you know, when we're on the planet Arrakis, the Gola of Todd Howard will finally announce that Skyrim is being re-released for the Ornithopter. You can just play it on your. You know, we're probably heading towards some sort of like brother butler type shit. I wouldn't be surprised. Or we're just gonna get swallowed by the machines. Who knows? He's back. Draculama. I would watch the first episode of NBC's Draculama, but then it would be canceled, right? Like,
Oh, hell yeah.
it would be an amazing first season that they just cancel.
Llamas with fangs, bitch.
Yeah, Draculama. It's the new season of Castlevania.
Part of me is very grateful that nobody showed up with a dump truck of money to make a series from Llamas with Hats, because it got in, it got out, it's beautiful.
Are you sure you don't want bottled water? I think you should buy more bottled water.
Saturday Night Llama. Oh man, I posted that in our Discord earlier. It's just a straight up commercial for Capital One, but they got John Travolta in a Santa suit doing as Santa, redoing like the intro for Saturday Night Fever. It is well done. It is well done.
Yeah, I don't know. My John Travolta impression is just the from South Park. Is this where he lives? Oh my god.
Carl? Is that your meat dragon, Carl?
It's horrifying. Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, it had that early Aqua Teen energy to it. Yeah. Like, it was just,
He had another one. He made another one that was like a mystery story that was kind of interesting.
Okay, you are going to get Half-Life.
Yeah, I'll take
I'll do
Half-Life.
the
OLED.
Yeah.
I'll do the Tux Clocker and AMD stuff, I guess.
Right.
Because I fucked around with the Tux Clocker stuff, so at least I know what I'm talking about there.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
You don't mind? We could probably just nix this, to be honest with you.
I mean, it's probably worth mentioning.
Is
like,
it? All right.
Yeah. I mean, it is newsworthy, but like, yeah, we don't have to spend like an insane amount of time.
45 minutes
we have
later,
to
and that's why it's a bad idea. One thing while doing this show, I have to keep a mental run of, like, not that we have a time limit or anything, but I have a timer when we start recording. Something you never do is like, okay, I need to do a filler, because anytime I try to intentionally do a filler, that's why when we end up with an hour and 30 hour and 40 minute long show.
Yes. When we just get we get way too far off on the tangent. Yeah.
All right. Let's check. Good shot. Yeah.
T-pose.
Good show. Browser chat.
Hello, Linux. Philip Linux.
All right.
That 3-shot has like the mini preview of the window at the bottom.
Oh, for the browser.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see. You want to do anything about that? It depends on how easy that is to get rid of.
Yeah. Figured I'd bring that up. If it's a 2-second fix, then no worries.
Boop. Nope. There we go. But I'm not. You know what? I can hang on. Is that grouped? Yes. Box Talk Black Magic Thingy is grouped, so we can
just snooch it over there.
There we go.
Amazing.
Partially aligned, as all things should be.
You get the little stripy box on the outside of the OBS barrier.
Yeah, right.
That's there.
Is that? Oh, I think that's like getting the. Wait. Yeah, if you look, you can just see the top of the That can't be the monitor. Can it?
Where? What am I looking at?
Right there.
Oh, yeah. The little white stripe.
Yeah, it's completely... the shot's unusable, Jordan. I mean...
Yes, absolutely. Throw it out.
Gotta go.
Podcast is canceled this week. Sorry, guys. Can't do it. Come back next week.
Let me see. Skirch.
Just put like a handkerchief on the back of the monitor to make it black. Just get a Sharpie, just like color in the edge.
There we go. Nailed it. Hey, you wanted solutions.
No one will ever know.
Man. All right. I think we're good. Get my warm drinking, maybe because it's kind of...
It's getting there. It's pretty chilly.
Yeah, dude. It's doing the worst part of the year, where it is temperature fluctuation between high today is going to be 8. What's the high tomorrow? 27.
Right, yeah, you got that like right on the coast shit.
It is
right
that crazy flip where you have to wear shorts. Like I had the AC on, then I had the heat on.
It was hailing this week up here.
Oh man,
yeah. Very one afternoon, just everything was covered in this lovely little sheet of ice that went away the next day. But that was like,
do you guys get like Colorado snow, where it just like snows and it disappears like 3 days later, or does it just stay?
It stays.
Turns into that slush.
Yeah, that packed like dirt and snow and like melted. Yeah,
is what you want to make a slushy out of.
Probably not.
I wouldn't do it. Do it, coward.
Make sure to use the yellow snow too. It's lemon flavored.
All right, I think I'm feeling it.
All right. Do you feel it too?
And just to keep things interesting, I'm going to keep Pedro's box on just in case.
Just in case he shows up.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he just went to sleep.
You ever try to go to bed with your internet out?
Yeah.
Did you succeed?
Yeah.
Man, I can't go. Well, you know what? I could if I was forced to, but I choose not to. Like, what are you going to do? Oh, I got to be at work for tomorrow. How are you going to do that?
Yeah. The lack of power though, when you got the no power, that's when it gets a little wiggy, because you're like, man, I hope shit turns on by the time I wake up.
Power I'm good with, man. Like I could run charge, like if I didn't have to run computers, at least 2 days. Electronic devices, what, like router and...
I'm just talking about like lights to like walk around, right? Shit gets dark.
I don't
fast.
use those anyway, man.
My shins are a bloody mess, but I don't care.
Which is dangerous to the point of like rearranging furniture is a death sentence every time I do it. Bye, Jordan. Hi, Jordan.
Hi. I pressed the side mouse button by accident, and it took me back to a page that wasn't existing anymore.
Okay.
Everything's fine. It's fine. We're good.
Just
gotta keep my thumb away from that button.
You could use the Jitsi desktop app.
Do they have one of those for Linux?
Yeah, I don't know. I know they have one, but I don't know if I think they do, but it is just Electron.
It's probably just like an Electron.
Yeah.
Fucking, yeah.
All right. Let's go. There we go. Let me get back here at the top. We've tapped record. Recording. Yeah. All right. Hey everyone, welcome back to Linux Gamecast Weekly. The show covers the latest Linux gaming news, reviews, how-tos, and most importantly, whatever the hell else we come up with. And then, that's Jordan. Pedro's dead. As it happens every now and then. I know. We've been holding the pre-show eulogy, talking about Marvel movies. Yeah.
I attempted to play Amazing Grace. I was booed off stage.
I want to play bagpipes. I don't think I've ever really tried to play. I've never. Bagpipes is not one of those things you have regular access to. But okay.
Yeah. Well, it's weird because like you're not playing it by blowing it. You're inflating the bag by blowing into it, and you're squeezing it to like actually make the sound.
You see, here's the problem though. Once you get the bagpipes, then you're going to be tempted to get a unicycle, and it's downhill from there. No,
then you just start playing AC/DC songs nonstop.
You're in the shower.
Yeah. Jordan, you have a problem. You need to take away these. You need to stop playing these bagpipes. You can take them out of my cold dead hands.
Oh man. Speaking of cold dead heads, together with you, Shot Realm Dynamic, watching us live on YouTube, Twitch, and I don't have no idea, but we are on Facebook, technically helping us form cocaine.
Jill says we're live on Facebook. She has no reason to lie, right?
It works, right? Man. It works. Jordan, I bought some junk food this week.
What did you buy?
Like, I bought an Amy's Pizza, Jordan.
Okay.
You know what an Amy's Pizza is?
Some kind of vegan pizza?
It's some bullshit moon hippie junk food, right? It's a pizza. Frozen pizza.
I've heard you mention these before. They're like your special pizza time.
Hippie snacks. And I bought one. I'm like, it's been forever since I even had any bread. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to get one. Why not? The cooking instructions are lies, man. Preheat the oven. Like, okay, we're good. Like, how long? 30 minutes.
They're frozen, right?
Frozen? It's just regular frozen pizzas, but, with moonbeams and crap on them. And, like, okay, preheat, wait, put it in, boom. Set a timer. I should have listened to it. My gut feeling, that smell in the house when you're cooking a pizza. You're like,
that's done.
It smells about right. And I'm like, what's the timer say? The timer says I got another 9 minutes on this thing.
Oh.
I'll give it 9 minutes. Like 3 minutes after that, I'm like, you know what? I need to go check on it. It was almost a block of carbon, man. Yeah. Throw it away. Hell no. Those things are expensive.
Yeah, right.
It wasn't.
Try and salvage it.
It wasn't that bad. Here's how it was bad enough to where when I was trying to cut it with a pizza cutter, I'm like, did I leave the cardboard on the bottom? We got through it. It was a very crunchy pizza. But another thing that was very exciting that showed up this week, if you follow me in our Discord, which you don't have to follow me in our Discord, we're just there, you got to deal with it. Or on the social media, I got the first FireWire audio interface ever made in the world.
Antique.
Dude, kind of. When do you think that was made?
I don't know when I don't know offhand when FireWire came out, so I'm gonna say 93.
Oh, 93, huh? How do I get my profile thing on Zitter? Trying to get to it.
I think you click on your face.
Possibly. There it is. That's it. That's the Motu 828.
Master of the Universe 828.
Yeah, Mark of the Unicorn, baby. 2001.
2000? Okay. A lot later than I thought. Because I'm like, was FireWire an 80s thing? I know it was a 90s thing, but I don't know.
It was. Like, the standard was ratified in 1995, I believe.
Okay.
And, then it was by Apple, then it was picked up. Then typically you saw FireWire for digital video cameras and hard drives. Why? Because USB 2 was and still is an absolute dumpster fire for communications. And it basically is better than USB 2 even today in every conceivable way, shape, form, and fashion, period, across the board.
Does it have the superpositioned connector where you have to rotate it 3 times before it finally goes in?
No, but it's got a flat spot on the connector.
So it goes in the first time.
It's got a flat spot on the connector so you can, A, very clearly see where you plug it in. B, you can get the old reach around where you can't see and be like, oh, right, this side, got it. Yes. Plug it in. However, later on, I did notice on the back of this, there was not the sticker like, do not plug in upside down, which would lead you to believe, like, how? I'm like, Jordan, you're right. You can do it once.
Yeah.
And usually with the dice chipset, this is a common problem, believe it or not, for like FireWire devices. It'll immediately smoke the FireWire controller.
So this it's not in the chain right now. You just have it set up.
No, it's sitting back here in the rack. It's undergoing, just the basic test, because I want to do like a little history on FireWire, but I've been looking for one of these at, a good price that's in good shape. And this thing's mint. And spoilers, it does a little dance when you cut it on.
Oh.
I'm a sucker for that. Any type of electronic device with a bunch of LEDs on it. If you give me a little bit of a show, that's cool. Somebody, because I know some thought went into that, right? I'm like, okay, a little bit of presentation.
Runs through the meter and then back, and you're like, that's neat.
Like, pretty cool. So stay tuned for that. Also, if you are a patron, if you're one of the beautiful party people making this possible, there is the How Do You Do Production Audio, Pro Audio under Linux with Debian 12. Currently, that video is up and running. I've made some modifications to it, but one thing I like to do for our patrons is to put that out, give you an early look at it. If you see anything like, hey, maybe consider including this or whatever, that's the time to do it, but that information is available. I'll have that out this Wednesday with a full written guide. If you've ever been curious how we stick the stuff together in the studio, we got the main box, got 3 boxes under here, got another box over here to do the processing and the time constraints. Jordan's even got a baby version of this setup at his house.
Yes. There are 3 less computers involved.
To do the real-time audio
also
processing.
Don't have to host up to 4 people. So
no, but you could.
I could.
I could be like, Jordan, replicate this. You could math it out.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. The basic idea. Realize how.
Now, would my ADD ass like switch it as well as you? Hell no. It would be like we'd be like an entire podcast on like Ven's eye for like 2 hours.
Oh man, dang it! Do you know what I should have done? I hate this. I should have kept 3-shot because I saved the video of the toothbrush zoom. That should have been in loop the entire, and never addressed it. How about you, Jordan Swag? Have you burnt any pizzas or bought any audio interfaces from 2001 this week?
I have done neither of those things, although now I really want a pizza. I might order one depending after. I don't know.
That used to be a little bit of a tradition when you were in the city. Like,
a little bit.
2:00, yeah. Time for some takeout.
Oh, but it was the Popeyes was right downstairs. It was great. You just get fried chicken right after the show. It was amazing. Not doing that shit anymore. Lost 60 pounds because of it. But yeah, I finally bit the bullet. Bought that 7800 XT power color tech puffer.
Traitor.
I know.
Team Green.
Yeah, and like. For a while, I was on the fence about like, do I want the 4070? Do I want the 7800? And after thinking about it, it's like, it is literally $100 more for a worse card if I went with the 4070. So.
And this is before or after that you worked out that coming to America to purchase it and smuggling it back in wouldn't be financially
viable. Yeah, I also did that as well.
Allegedly.
Alleged. Well, I didn't actually do it.
Hey, man, listen, I don't know.
I thought about it.
I don't want you to get picked up on a Canadian thought crime, homie.
I committed the thought crime, and now the fucking thought police are coming. The brain mounties. They're riding on their giant brain horses. I don't. It's like
they're the guys. Oh man, is that Rick and Morty with the testicles? The time testicle guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The fucking you fuck with time, motherfucker. Oh yeah, those guys. No, but yeah, I'm enjoying the card. It installed right out of the box. I upgraded to kernel 660, and then the next day, immediately afterwards, like, hey, we released kernel 661. I'm like, well, I'm not rebuilding my kernel for that. Nah. Not for a 1-point release.
But you plugged it in. You had to spend all afternoon. I was watching you on Discord. You were like, you know what? You were doing the pre-disaster recovery, so they're like, all right, let me just go ahead and deal with all possible contingents. What do I need to know?
Well, and it was lucky that like, oh, Fedora 39 is out today. Okay, well now for sure I can upgrade and get the latest drivers and all that crap. So yeah, I doing all that stuff instead of like my actual job. But
a Allegedly.
Allegedly. But yeah, I plugged it in, worked out of the box. Wayland worked out of the box, switched over to X. It was very, very painless. Yeah, I'm enjoying the card so far. I ran a bunch of benchmarks and I went, GPU go burr. Still can't do Cyberpunk at UHD on Ultra, but I can do it on high. I can do it on high and hold 90 FERPs, which is pretty fucking dope. Ray tracing, I can do 60 on Cyberpunk at RT low, and I finally broke 50 frames a second on Quake 2 RTX. Oh my god, I'm so honestly, I bought it for the rasterization performance. Cyberpunk runs great on it. I'm looking forward to getting into Control and Assassin's Creed Valhalla, because those were the DX12 games I had that were not running very well. I will recommend Control. Yeah,
having played both, I will recommend Control. And see how long you can play the Valhalla until you just get bored with it. Like, it's not necessarily, it's just too much game.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what I saw with it. It's like it's that Assassin's Creed sort of like, all the side quests, you got to do them all, and we're gonna gate your numbers so that you got to do them all, or else you can't fucking complete the game.
But I saw when the card showed up, I think might have been later that night. You were posting in our Discord. If you're a Twitch sub or patron, connect it, come hop in our Discord. But you posted, I believe it was Cyberpunk. Then I'm like, wait for it. Then we got the Talos benchmark.
Well, as is tradition, right? I'm like, the
Talos principle. I'm sorry, that was a legitimate slip. The Talos benchmark.
Yeah, well, see, I had to remember to install the Talos principle. That was the other thing. Because you only install it when you buy new hardware. So you can
with our group, especially with since it works with Vulkan, I have probably 100 hours into Talos principle, and I played the game maybe 70 minutes. But speaking of benchmarks, stay tuned because we got some big news on that front. But first, we need to talk about what has been going on in the world of the steamy stuff with the horses or something.
There's a horse. It's an old horse back from 1998. It's got an update. It looks extra pixely. It's the Steam Linux. Right? It's not a first person. Yeah. Yeah. Hey. So Half-Life 4 is confirmed.
Done.
PC Games End broke the story. There's an update. For the 25th anniversary of Half-Life, we are seeing some movement in the SteamDB for Half-Life 1. And there's a lot of speculation as to what it could be. Could it be RTX Half-Life? Could it be long lost DLC being added? Are they adding the 2-player co-op from the PlayStation version of Half-Life to the game? No, we don't know, but it seems like most likely it's going to be Steam Deck support. Which, getting the old Gold Source games backported to have like good deck compatibility is a good way to extend your back catalog. And honestly, you got to figure you could probably get some good battery life off the Steam Deck on Half-Life 1, right? It's not that demanding a game.
Around power in 10 minutes.
Yeah. Well, that's why you need some sort of advanced display, but we'll get to that.
Spoilers, man. Yeah, password protected updates always gets the SteamDB junkies spinning around, and it's fun to theorize, especially with Half-Life. Coming up, November 19th, 1998. That's when we got the Half-Life, and I just noticed that there's 557 people in game right now playing Half-Life. Good on every single one of you, and this is the original Half-Life, not Black Mesa. My first thought was, however, we're going to get a remaster from Valve. Then I remembered a Blessed project, which we've all played, Black Mesa Witches. I don't see Valve taking another crack at that. I'm like, maybe they're going to move it to Source 2. No, I don't think that's it. But what Jordan was saying, Steam Deck, that's too obvious and it's too boring, so it's probably the right answer to that, right?
Yeah, the only other times we see updates in these depots is for security issues where they're there's a massive remote code execution bug that we needed to plug in the game server. That was the last thing we got for Day of Defeat, I think. I think that was actually the last for Gold Source.
What if we got Half-Life 1 Episode 2?
Maybe.
How do you even do that? I don't know.
Well, that's Blue Shift in Opposing Force, actually. If you think about it.
Okay.
It's kind of the expansion.
There's a time-honored tradition over the last decade of us saying shit on this show and things happening.
Yeah.
Remember our conversation about playing as a headcrab?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that the end of Half-Life 5 though involves you getting on a tram that takes you to the beginning of Half-Life 1, because it's like the Dark Tower, right? It's just a fucking time loop. I guess spoilers for the Dark Tower.
No, I want crabs with goatees.
Oh, crabs with goatees and guns.
Oh man. Maybe you play some games that you don't want your coworkers, your friends, and your family, significant other, alternate personalities to know about.
I play a lot of Fortnite, yeah.
Fortnite, Call of Duty, I mean, FIFA, Sports Ball Manager, insert current year.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just don't want your friends knowing that you're into that. Not an easy thing to deal with on Steam. You got to make sure that you're logged out, the friends list, and you don't want that slip. You don't want to see people knowing that you're playing the Call of Duty Bros Too Spooky for You edition. Well, Valve is going to make that just a little more easy for you. They might be adding the ability for you to hide those embarrassing games. Mark it as private. Certain games, not going to see it on the timeline. We're not going to see, I don't know. Is there any game that you'd be embarrassed about that you have?
That I own? No. There honestly though, there have been certain games that I've been curious enough to like, or I've been curious like, maybe one day I'll like create a Smurf account to look at it. But at the same time though, it's like, I don't know. If I don't want people to see me playing a game, I can just go offline on Steam. But because like, let's be real. This is for porn games. Like this is if you have like Tentacle Dungeon Master 12 and you don't want people to know that you sunk like 900 hours into it.
Master sold out at 10, dude. Like nobody's playing 12.
Yeah, well, listen. After they added a bunch of microtransactions, there are whales that are still playing Tentacle Master Dungeon, and they are trapped in an abusive relationship. With
I mean, 10's still on the classic server, so you don't have to deal with the new stuff, right?
Oh no, yeah, and they have like banned servers for 9 and stuff. No, but yeah, there are a lot of saucy games on Steam. There's a lot of like hentai games on Steam, and like even then, there's just a lot of games that cover subject matter that you may not necessarily want to have people in your social circle be apprised that you're into. Certainly for like cultural or religious reasons.
Power washing simulator.
Yeah. I mean, I can certainly think there are certainly countries that like if people find out that you're playing certain kinds of games, you will probably get murdered. So yeah, this is probably a useful feature to have. Doesn't work for family sharing though. If I share my family games with people, does little Timmy have to see my fucking hentai games?
Can I get the inverse option of this, where I can just put this shit in like bold and make it blink and have glitter around it?
Yeah, everyone gets alerted when you play you play Hentai Simulator.
Let me go for that, because I've absolutely just accumulated a friends list on Steam over the years of people full of zero fucks given. Man, I'm like, they're playing that. That's game, huh? And but like I said, man, like if you want to hide the stuff that you're doing, and that's concerned. I was reading, I forget if it was on Reddit, Hacker News, or wherever I originally got this. Somebody had mentioned that the reason they needed it is because like I'm friends with my employees.
Yeah, my boss is on my friends list, right? Like, yeah, there's probably some stuff that like I would not like to have that workplace conversation with them about. Yeah, I mean, it seems like it's a good privacy measure, because like the shotgun approach of all or nothing isn't great, and just having a little tick box that says like, hey, don't share my details about this game.
But everybody, I want you to think about this. The Steam, if this comes out and this launches, this becomes a real boy, the Steam top sellers list is going to get unhinged, kids.
Oh yeah, because like no, like who are playing these games? Everyone is playing these games, but no one's admitting to playing these games. Yeah.
Because seriously, like how many games are good to like just straight up horny games are going to be? I minimum one. I think 1's 100% chance, but I'm saying 2, possibly 3. We'll see.
I think it's going to be like a recurring like joke news segment of like, hey, look what got to the top of the Steam sellers this week. I wonder what kind of weird shit people are into this month.
Right. And more power to you, man. Enjoy it. I had to. There's a couple of filters. They're better than what they used to be, because initially in the show notes earlier this week, I had put down like I would just like itty horny game. It like doesn't matter if it contains horny. Just to get a block filter and like just have a single checkbox, because the On Valve, on Steam, I guess I should say, it wasn't that straightforward of like, it wouldn't get enough of them. You still had to filter it out. And like, I'm looking for stuff like to play on stream and things like that. Like, I don't judge, whatever you do, you. However, you can go, but there's like 3 levels of horny filter. There's 3 horny checkboxes you gotta get on. And it gets about 98% of them. There's still some visual novel that you look at and you're like, oh, we both know what's going on there, man. I'm not, yeah. Oh, there you go. I don't have anything that I'd even think about hiding. I never give it a thought.
But like, I can certainly understand why you would. Absolutely.
Yeah. Like, it's not going to hurt anybody to have the option.
Indeed.
But they're just going to look over your shoulder while you're on the bus and watch you play it anyway.
On your Steam Deck, yeah.
Yeah.
What is causing me pain, though, is Valve released a new piece of hardware that is better than my current piece of hardware, and now I'm less sad.
Oh, don't be sad. Be happy. See, there we go. Introducing, ladies and gentlemen, this is kind of the big news of the week. New Steam Deck, OLED version. That's right, high dynamic range screen, longer lasting battery, faster downloads, and so much more, Jordan.
Yeah, there's a little bit. It's a bit lighter. They got that Wi-Fi chip that we were talking about. They tried to sneak that patent through, but we caught it. That's what this is for.
This is what everybody's going to want to know. We got to choose our decks. Okay, here's how it works. The original is still there. You got one LCD option. It's still around, but it's got a storage pump, 256 gigajoules, $399, which is a price drop when you factor in the storage. The new OLED starts at 512 at 549 wet stinky caches, and it's coming soon. And by soon, they mean November 16th, 10 a.m. Specific. Right. And there's also a 1 terabyte OLED version for only $649, which is not that bad.
No,
but
it's not Lenovo pricing for that storage.
There's more, Jordan. There's the YOLO deck, the limited edition for $679.
It looks pretty dope, though. I'm a big fan of like the transparent plastic thing that like the old N64 controllers and the old Game Boys had. So this has that.
Allegedly, there's a picture of it somewhere.
It's behind the image,
right? Allegedly,
yes.
It's got some red-orange highlights, a semi-transparent case. So what do we really get if we're going to do deck facts real quick? So the 64 and 512, what I said, LED models, they're gone. Battery's a little bit bigger. Got 10 extra watt hours. Wi-Fi 6E. Node shrink on the APU. It's not faster, air quotes, but it went from 7 nanometers down to 6, which is good. The
GPU has an improvement as well, but I think it's also like a die shrink thing.
The screen, outside of being OLED, is also 90 hertz now. So you're not going to get like variable rate on it, but having that 90 option is pretty dope. High performance touch for the screen, for whatever the hell that means. You don't have to use 2 sausages to make the touch screen work anymore. And it's also a little bit lighter though. 640 grams versus 669. And just because Valve's feeling generous, and probably because nobody bought the damn things, the deck docks are $20 off.
Yeah, like honestly, there are a lot of third-party deck docks on Amazon that are like cheaper.
Deck docks.
Deck docks. Follow me on Deck Dock. So it seems like they're keeping to their word about maintaining that consistent performance profile. They could have made the GPU, CPU a little bit faster. I think that the GPU has like a higher dynamic clock, so it can burst a little higher. But yeah, having that consistent hardware target means that the developers have a thing to target. It's not like every
it's going to be a little bit faster, but Valve's not going to be like it's the same thing. It's got a better cooling system. It's on a smaller node, less heat, better turbo boost.
But it's going to be like marginally faster in like one or two use cases.
It'll crush a 4090.
Absolutely. The hardware compatibility, though, a lot of us were looking at like, oh, can we stuff the OLED screen in the old decks? Apparently not.
Give me some tape.
Apparently the guts are a little different, which is unfortunate. But we have seen that some folks are making aftermarket like components for the Steam Deck. So maybe we'll see some aftermarket stuff that could bridge the gap between the deck OLED.
I've seen that. And if you look at like any of the screen replacement stuff, dude, it's like, follow these simple 83 steps.
Oh yeah, well yeah, you gotta like extract the entire thing and like disconnect the motherboard. It's a pain in the ass, but you can do it. So yeah. Honestly, I think it's a good thing. Battery life and heat has been the big complaint. So having something that addresses that is gonna be good. And like between the die shrink, the better screen, and the better Wi-Fi chip, yeah, we could probably see a lot better battery gains.
Several outlets got their hands on them, and like are legitimately seeing like 45% increase in battery life,
which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Like considering that was like 2 hours, like going up to like 3.5. That's way better.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you're looking at here is what I'd little something I'm going to call Steam Deck 1.0. Thank you for beta testing. Because this reads like a checklist of like everyone had some problems with this. And they've updated some of the board layouts for like the shoulder buttons, simplified things, cleaned things up, put some polish on it. And yeah, this is Steam Deck 1.0. And it looks like a really well-made, solid piece of kit. Like if you're looking for a Steam Deck, now if you still got the vintage, if you get the old LCD one, that's fine. Nobody's gonna make fun of you.
I feel like less of a man. I feel like a little deflated.
I mean, you're gonna look at it and go, "You're vintage now, little buddy. Don't worry about it.
You're completely unusable. Garbage. Just fucking huck it into the trash."
What do you? Oh man, I wonder what this is going to do for eBay used decks, because you know we got the Steam Deck refurb program, right? And we should point out that you can buy the LCDs. The previous there's some price cuts right now while supplies last, but there's also the refurb program, which decimated the prices for anybody who was trying to scalp them or just try to sell their old decks. Like they're basically like, you got to sell it less than you can get a certified refurb with a warranty. I wonder
which hopefully means that like more decks will be on the market. Like people are going to want to upgrade to the new version, and like it'll make it more accessible. That means more Linux computers out there.
How much?
$200 for a vintage deck. Vintage, 300 Canadian maybe.
Okay, we're gonna do this live, kids.
Are you asking how much it is, or how much I would?
How much it's sold for?
How much it's sold for?
Latest one, most reasonably priced one. So, condition,
300-ish. Yeah.
Buying formats, free returns, more filters. Wait, no, there it is. Sold items. Damn it. Cancel. Let's see.
339.
512, 339.
350.
350.
That's for the 512.
512.
Okay, yeah.
309.
They got a 256, 317. Okay, yeah.
349.
Okay, so I'm not that far off.
No. Like
still higher than I would have thought, considering, again, refurb. You can get one that was like QA.
Again, yeah, and all of these are vintage decks now, so they're going to have to.
It's a collector's item.
Shave off another $100 on these, man. We're looking at, like, instead of $390, you're going to be looking at $290.
A 1 terabyte Steam Deck with a 400 gig SSD. That what?
I know computer stuff. Shut up.
Okay.
I don't know, man.
That was an adventure.
Now, both of us avoided this. We got a couple of game updates, and this is less of an update and more of a, hey, this is kind of what happened behind.
Do you think the Steam Deck can run City Skylines too?
City Skylines, probably.
City Skylines?
City Skylines, man. Somebody has broke down, this is blog.pavo.me. All this is going to be in our show notes after the fact. But if you're wondering why your Skyline experience was so slow, this guy breaks it down exhaustively, and I'm just very happy to see this. At the end of the day, you can blame it on dots, the Unity dots, and
not Yakko Wacko.
No, not at all. Be quiet, Pinky.
That guy has a beard and a Hitler mustache.
I mean, yeah, have fun with that. So check this out. Unity's integration between dots, like dots was like a big thing earlier, like I think last year, and they just never like closed on it with the dots and high definition render pipeline, the HDPR. It's kind of still a work in progress. So that's probably why they had to do their own culling implementation for City Skylines, which is not always something you want to roll your own. Then we got other things they bring up. Like there's issues with like a pile of logs having over 100,000 vertices. That's not something that should have made it the production build. That's somebody being giving a budget on the art department, like, here's some logs. And like, okay, we'll clean that up before we ship it. Didn't happen.
There's also teeth. They're rendering teeth at maximum quality every time that there's toofies on screen. Yeah, and a lot of it is just like, yeah, the automatic like object population system seems to like not really care about what actually needs to be there at a given scale level and just kind of does everything, which seems to be causing a lot of the slowdown.
Moral of this story is they knew this was going to be a shit show when they were shipping it. They 100% did, because like Unity's got a profiler in it, just built-in profiler for your render docs and insights. Like, this is going to tell you what's happening, where the hangups are, where all the time's being chewed up. They knew.
Yeah. Apparently, there was some work getting this to hook in past the launcher, though. That was the first part of this blog post.
It got shipped. We don't know why, if they had deadlines they had to meet, or however that went down. They got it out the door. Now, nothing in here is unfixable at all, not even remotely. Everything in here is like, we can fix this with dev hours. Not a problem. But you got to think, like, Paradox is sitting there going, the crackheads that play this game, as long as they can launch it and get in, they're going to play it. Now, for the rest of you, people like me and Jordan, who are never going to play it, well, we're bad examples, so don't use us. But for the other type of people who are like, that looks kind of it, give this game about 6 to 8 months. Then maybe think about it.
Or maybe the modders will fix it. Maybe they'll figure some shit out.
Really?
I don't know. Maybe. We've seen mods fix performance issues before.
Yeah.
So I mean, someone's already done the legwork.
Is there going to be a dentist mod?
What?
A dentist mod?
Absolutely. It just turns everything into teeth.
Just gum job. Yeah.
The buildings are just made out of teeth. The roads, teeth.
There's going to be teeth all over the road.
Just all teeth.
Beautiful. Orbital scrappage. Scrappage?
Yeah.
Scrappage.
Scrappage. It has an update. Took me a second because we did throw chairs at this back in the day. This was back on LGC episode 552, not too long ago. This was a roguelike where you collect various bits and bobs, attach them to your limbs, and go through various obstacles. And in a bullet hell type game, they have a new update that basically brings in some new enemies, new weapons, and a secret level. There's also some game direction markers as well, so you can find out where you're going, because every level is kind of like a maze where you need to like find the exit. So, you know, providing some insight into where the hell you actually need to go. Very useful, because I remember getting lost in that a couple times. It still looks like a janky Unity asset flip that we all know and love, but at least work's being put into it. There's the Bullet Hell Fest coming up, and I think that is what spurred a lot of the work being done on this game. You know.
I share the same thoughts on that. Yeah, this is one of the nice things about all of the insert random whatever fest we're having this week or next week or the week after that. This is not the first time we've seen it, but it does encourage developers to go back and revisit games that might otherwise never received an update. Why? Because sales. Update some things, get a nice little bump. It's coming out with the Bullet Fest or whatever fest.
Bullet Heaven.
Yeah. Silly as that is, man. Yeah, this is, I mean, far as the game itself, I remember playing it. This is that game, everybody's first game, top down, aim with your mouse, run around and shoot stuff. I didn't find it doing anything for me personally, but I'm glad we got an update for it. Like, if it's your jam.
Yeah. No, yeah. It's good to see. Again, like, you'd think it's just an asset flip, but like, people, they're still working on it. So it's good to see.
I mean, asset flips work.
Yeah. I think they have a bit of a bad reputation, but like, you can make a good game that's an asset flip. But like
I wouldn't call using nothing but like stock assets that you bought off the store. I don't think qualifies something as an asset flip.
No,
no, like just taking like a pre-programmed like little engine or something like that, like where everything's already defined, like a town or a scene, then with the assets and just selling that directly, I would call an asset flip.
Okay,
you get what I'm saying?
I see what you mean. I don't know.
If you replace all of you design a game and you replace all your programmer art with purchased art, I wouldn't call that an asset flip.
No, that's certainly not an asset flip. But I would typically in my mind, at least, I define it as like you used a lot of canned assets. There isn't a lot of original ones. But again, that doesn't necessarily like indicate like the level of quality of the gameplay itself. It just means that like you used a lot of assets. And you just used a lot of canned assets, and then you shipped it without replacing them.
What does asset flip mean to you? Let us know in the comments. Like for me, for a long time, there was that problem. There was that 3D Minecraft block shooter that people were just buying whole hog off the Unity store and posting it to Steam.
Oh, yeah.
Like, to me, that is my category. Let us know what you think in the comments. Now, Jordan, do you like collecting old GPUs?
I don't like collecting them. I happen to have a collection, but that is just because.
How many do you have?
Right now?
Yeah.
I guess one. I guess by definition, one of them, maybe several of them, because a couple of APUs in this count.
How many
vintage.
discrete GPUs could you lay your hands on if I gave you 5 minutes?
0, because I'd have to power down computers and pull them out.
Oh, you don't have any.
Well, if I didn't care about the computer, 4. If I just ripped them out of the Mobos, yeah.
I say this because I have nothing but discrete GPUs in filling an entire drawer. And here in the studio, and I mean, I've thought about like stacking them on the walls, man.
Doing a little coffee table display or whatever.
Or something like that, man, because I think I got like 2 ATI. I don't even have any AMDs. There's just ATI cards and like 7 or 8 NVIDIA cards. Like, we're going all the way back to AGP stuff.
I don't think I have any AGP cards still around.
I got AGP. I got, I think PCI? I have a PCI. I think. I'm not 100% on that. But then everything has PCI Express going. Basically, everything NVIDIA is made up to the 3060. I wish it was a 7. No, I don't, because I wouldn't have enough memory RAM. Anyway, we're on this topic because everybody's favorite Linux-loving miscreants, AMD, are noping support for your antique Vega. Aww.
Vega and Polaris. Anything that's using the latter GCN architecture is getting the boot from AMD VLK, which is not the open source drivers. This is not the open source drivers you might think of. This is AMD's proprietary open source driver that only is supported on Debian and Red Hat Linux, or Ubuntu and Red Hat Linux, I should say. So they're saying that Polaris and Vega are.
I love this handy infographic. So if you want to rip off your cooler and have an electron microscope, you can easily distinguish.
You just have one handy. It's I have it by the microwave. They consider these drivers complete, and they are not going to be doing anything except pushing out security updates. Now, you might be thinking, Vega GPUs, that sounds familiar. That's because if you bought an APU in the past couple of years, you have a Vega GPU that you're probably relying on. So don't think that you're going to be getting any more support from AMD proper. Fortunately, if you're like the rest of us, you're using the Mesa stack using AMD GPU, which is just leaps and bounds better. And is actively developed on by Valve. They get fixes very quickly, and so on and so forth. But yeah, just in case you are on those old prop drivers and you got RX 580 or a 4. Pedro was nice enough to include a list in the show notes: the 470, the 480, the 570, the 580, and the 590, because they are all just the same GPUs binned, plus any of the other Vega GPUs. Yeah, switch over to the open source drivers.
I think more importantly, more recently, a lot of people might be hit by you got a 5600G?
Yeah.
That's on the list, kids.
That gets next. But again, most of you are already using Mesa anyways, but there's some people who are like, no, AMD drivers, they make them, so they must be better. Also, I guess if you need like OpenCL and
George,
stuff.
shut up, man. I am a Linux user, tried and true, sent from my Windows 11 desktop. So this is going to affect me gravely.
Man, when I was posting those screenshots, I'm like, man, I wish Proton lied about the OS version string, but like, I don't like my benchmark screenshots saying that I'm running Windows 10 Pro, because that's a lie.
Yeah.
That's a lie that Wine tells.
The Vega, all the 5000, 4000, 3000, all the G series APUs, and a bunch of mobile stuff that, womp womp. But as Jordan's saying, man, it's not going to affect you on Linux. Unless you're like, I'd like to run DaVinci Resolve, or I need to use, X proprietary piece of software that requires,
OpenCL.
Then it will. But, AMD does not have a track history of long-lived driver support.
No.
Like, compared to NVIDIA, NVIDIA's just getting around to, like, thinking about threatening to get rid of support for 700 series.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a decade-old card, man.
Yeah.
No, I could understand if you're a little miffed, especially if you're on Windows. Like, I just bought a brand new 5600G.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like there's like a fucking Radeon 7 or the 7 series APUs that you can just go and buy. Yeah, if you just want a basic computer, yeah, you're kind of stuck with $5,000.
AMD's making this stuff still, man. I'm like, damn, come on.
And they're still making it. I guess now that they finally stopped, they're just like, who needs support?
Whatever. I mean, you hate AMD, Jordan.
I do. I hate them so much because they didn't hire me when I told them that I used NVIDIA graphics.
Womp womp.
Womp.
But since you do have that brand new super fancy video card, you might need to overclock the snot out of it.
I might. I don't plan on doing it anytime soon, but if I wanted to, I could use TuxClocker, which now, as of 1.3.0 RC1, has the ability to reclock AMD CPUs and GPUs. I tried this one out, and by the way, if you're going to use their pre-built one, the run.sh, make sure you run a sudo command before you run the script, because it will prompt you for your password and then output a bunch of other shit before you have a chance to actually type it in, which is really annoying. But it has a screenshot. The app is very, very simple. It looks pretty much like this. You can double click on any of the values and you get like a little slider or a form field depending on what you're doing. I will say my one gripe is, because I got 12 of these fucking CPUs, if I want to like adjust the frequencies on every core, I got to do each one manually. You can't just say like, take all of these guys and put them on performance, or take all these guys and put the maximum frequency at like 400 megahertz or whatever. It all has to be done one at a time, which is annoying, but I imagine once you have that set up, you don't really have to do it again. But yeah, this one, unlike Core Control, this one, it aims to support anything and everything under the sun. Core Control seems to be a little bit more AMD focused. So yeah, if you want something that will do all your open source driver clocking stuff, this is the project for you.
Can you adjust?
I don't know. I slid some sliders around and I was too scared to click apply, so I didn't do it.
Why not?
I don't want to blow up my computer, man. I just
probably not going to blow it up.
But no, knowing my luck, it would explode like in Die Hard 4.
It's good to have those options. Now all we need now, does it work under Wayland?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because it just hooks into the like the proc shit or whatever. To like set the sysctl values. There you go. I can say words.
One thing I'd really like to see with like a AMD open source stack is a unified thing to adjust color.
Yeah, like a color correction thing.
Brightness and color, yeah. You don't miss that until you need it one time, and I know you're like, but you can do that with the desktop. And I'm like, I don't want to do that on every desktop I run, man.
I don't think I want to go through the trouble of color calibrating my monitors, because that will ruin me. That would be like, oh well, now all my screens have to have like matching color calibration. Damn it. And yeah, that's just gonna ruin my life. That's you.
I do that. I've been doing that for 30 years, homie. Like, yeah, like
learn from your mistakes. Don't do it.
I you know what? I don't necessarily need it, but I like, if it looks like this on this screen, I want it to look like this on this screen. I don't want to go like, oh shit, have I been doing that wrong the entire time? What do I need to do here?
So, well, yeah, if you're doing like video production, yeah, you want to make sure you have color.
Or just dragging images around. Like I never want that uncertainty. Plus, I want to know it's going to look like, and somebody's like, your color is wrong. I'm like, no, the hell it's not. And plus, it takes 5 minutes to do. Either way.
You do need to get one of the devices though, yeah.
Yeah, you can get, they're like $5 used on.
All right.
Yeah, the spiders. There's an entire open source project dedicated to those things. Is one of those things that somebody buys once and goes, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's like a thing you really need to like buy more than one time. It's like,
no.
Do the colors change?
You got to get the spider subscription. You get a new one in the mail.
Yeah, that you know, Adobe's buying them out, so you know.
Oh God.
Don't give them ideas.
Yeah, no, Adobe would make it somebody come to your house and do it for you, man. You got to pay for that.
Yeah, they'd knock on your door and you go like, oh, hi, Mark.
Color? Oh, hi, 3DMark. More like it, man. Color accuracy might be very important if you're in the business of taking screenshots of your 3D benchmarks, because this is big. For me, it is. This comes from the guru of 3D, 3DMark Steel Nomad, a non-ray tracing benchmark by UL Solutions. When I say 3DMark, one of the things I think about is going all the way back to 2001, because it was a huge deal back in the day, TM kids, man. I mean, that 2001 benchmark, it had the matrix scene, and it had that field with a stream in it with water running down it. And the future of 3D was done. We were good. It didn't get better than that. It was impossible. It was a simpler time, however. But what I want to report is this new one, the latest and greatest, which is going to be the standard, 3DMark, is coming to Linux. It's not going to be running with Proton, or you got to run it through Steam or some hacks or loot. No. You just download 3DMark and you run it on your Linux machine like you would your Windows machine. I think that's pretty dope. And it's also going to be available for iOS, which means the new Macs and Android.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's pretty cool. How old were you in 2001?
Fuck, I have to do math now.
Yep.
I was 12.
Well, oh yeah, you were about a decade. Had you seen The Matrix when you were 12?
When did I see The Matrix? I didn't see it when it came out. I saw it like a year.
It was like 99 when it came out.
Yeah, so by 2001, I think I probably had seen The Matrix by then.
Okay. Like that was like the thing that people showed off, was it had a recreation of the hallway scene in it. Go look it up on YouTube. It looks so dumpy, so clunky these days, but
it was the shit back then, man.
You brought people over to take a look at it, man.
I mean, well, fuck, we were talking about Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within. I remember seeing that trailer and going, "Oh my god, this is what CGI looks like now." And then these days, it's like, it looks like a reboot.
It kind of does. I remember watching that. Like I said, we're talking about them pre-supervision. Ordering that pay-per-view to sit down and watch it with somebody. I'm like, this is this far off from indistinguishable from reality. But then I'm gonna go back and rewatch it. Like, oh. No.
Again, our standards were a lot lower back then, so yeah.
So this latest version of 3DMark Steel Nomad is going to support DirectX 12 on Windows, Mac OS and iOS. It's going to be Metal. Somebody did something with Metal, which is good. But on Linux, we're going to get support for Vulkan, which is also good. Yeah, it's going to be cross-platform. You'll be able to do, you no longer have to do like Apple and wrench comparisons with like, what's the 3D performance of this card versus on Windows 11 versus Linux, at least in the Vulkan field, which is the only thing that matters because DX12 is the future, brah.
It's under Linux land, it's all Vulkan anyways, right? So
all the way down.
Yeah, it's all fucking turtles all the way down. But yeah, no, I mean, like, yeah, a lot of that is, you try Strange Brigade. We were looking at, I was looking at stats for Strange Brigade a lot because that's a game that uses Vulkan on Windows. And it's like, okay, well, I can expect about, give or plus minus like 5-10% what I would get on under Windows here. For the Vulkan. For DirectX, it's like, yeah, it's a crapshoot because like sometimes DXVK is faster, sometimes it's slower. It really depends.
Mm-hmm.
So having that level of consistency there, and I think getting those Steam Deck benchmarks. People are going to be benchmarking their Steam Decks and all their Steam Deck mods. It's gonna be a weird time for. It's gonna be
great. I'm gonna buy a copy of it. You get my money. Like just done. Okay, thank you. This is like, if you've been hanging out with the Linux and the Penguins and maybe since the 90s, like this wouldn't even cross your mind. This is like the impossible weird reality of like, we're getting 3DMark on Linux, like for reals. Yeah. Not that I've followed 3DMark since 2001, but having that there, I think there's going to be a good knock-on benefits. The wider adoption, and a lot of this has to do with things like Steam Deck. Mm-hmm. Good times. What do we got? Heroic 210.
Yeah, Heroic, they're chugging along. They have a new version out named Jewelry Bunny. My understanding is these are all named after like One Piece characters, so I'm sure this makes sense in context. But the big thing with this release is they have a fancy schmancy new GameScope GUI for you to configure your window sizes, your scaling, FPS limiter, all that stuff. They have a screenshot there. Looks nice. Epic logins work now.
Hey, Valve. Take note.
And again, all this shit is in Steam Overlay on the deck. They just need to like bring it over to fucking desktop land. That's all we need, man.
We're looking at the settings. It's got Wind, Other, Advanced, Cloud Saves, and Game Scope. Then we got a tick box for enable the upscaling. What type of upscaling do you want? What method? Give it the length, length. Yes, the length and the width. And pick your full and FPS limit. Like, yes.
That's what we want. That's all you want with Game Scope.
Game cope, more like
Game cope,
like,
man.
We're just gonna have to game cope over here until we get this.
I need some game cope, man.
Dude. I just genuinely loathe the process of, hey, new game, I'm gonna play this. And I launch it and I'm like, oh right, I'm gonna need some moon glyphs. Where do you go? Proton DB. Go through like this and this. Oh, okay, how do I plug that in? Okay.
You know what Proton DB could really use is just like a field that says like, here's the moon glyphs right at the top, so you don't have to like scroll down to the comments. Just like for your best experience, community has agreed on this is your command string. Just plug that in. And then you could have like a Steam Deck plugin, like a Decky plugin to just pull those dynamically. Like
that would be good.
That would be dope as hell.
Like, I'm still grateful that the SteamDB added the system check for leaving reviews. That's so good. You're like, this game's horrible. I can't run. Like, well, you're running a Core 2 Duo, NVIDIA 450. I'm like, come on. Of course it doesn't run. Go away. You can download this. It's available for everything, man.
Yeah.
App image, too. You don't have to worry about anything. You set it up on your deck. No problem.
Yeah. This is flat fuck. There is an issue with the snap, though, so watch out for that.
Isn't there always?
Oh, yeah. Always. And I guess our final story for the night.
What Epic. The fuck is that supposed to be on the? Is that a mouse? I guess maybe that is a thick mouse, man.
Oh, you mean on the far side there, like that angular looking thing?
No, on the right side. Like, damn it don't scroll. To the right of the keyboard here, the mouse that looks like almost a sphere.
Yes, that is a chunky mouse.
Yes,
for sure. This is from Game is Hard. The links to all this stuff is in our show notes. You can look at those later. In the ongoing legal battle between Epic v Google, Epic has revealed that their Epic Game Store has failed to generate profit. They say that profitability is not really their main concern. They just wanted to grow, and grow they didn't do. It wasn't as impressive as they would have hoped. And they're going on to say that a lot of the financial difficulties they are experiencing are due to just giving games away to people. Everyone else looking from the outside is like, duh, obviously. Because, if you're going to be a loss leader, you still need to be able to muscle your competition out of business. And, Valve is this tiny little mom and pop shop, so it should have just happened by now, right? Like, Epic should have just steamrolled them, absolutely. Their plans of trying to get people into the Epic Game Store infrastructure by giving away free games really only succeeded in making people sign up for an account to get free games, because no one is really buying them on Epic unless they're within the exclusivity period, and even then most people are just waiting for it to get to Steam, because why would I buy things on the Epic Game Store? They just got a shopping cart.
I mean, because I gave you a free game.
Yeah. Hey,
where are you going? Come back.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it.
Thought he was going to transfer into sales.
Install Fortnite, bro. Wait, I can't because I'm on Linux.
All right, well, here's another free game. Huh?
Sweet.
And I'll give you buy something. No? No. I tried,
sorry,
man. I don't know my business model. We're not wrong. It's the customers that are wrong. 1,180 days is how long this took to get the trial. All I'll say is, damn. The Epic Store not making a profit. And you know what? This is by design, at least according to Epic, on trial. They're just burning the money to make that growth. And as we've seen, as they just admitted, hasn't materialized. And they did, and their grand plan, their master design. 2023 was supposed to be the year. And giving away all these free games paid off. Started breaking even. But has not materialized either. So, I'm glad that we're getting this little bit of information, these little morsels of painfully obvious things that I think anybody could have sussed out anyway. But again, after the Apple case, this Google case is hella weak because sideloading. on Androids is like
there's nowhere near the drama either. It's not like
Tim Sweeney's been there every day though, and he's like, "I'm gonna get him, man," because that's how Tim Sweeney talks.
That's how he is. Yeah,
get you, man. You know, at this point, Epic. At this point, see, you can't. You're making us pick two villains here. It's hard to. There's no good guy to root for. You know, and you're trying to like position. Well, there were marketing attempts to position Epic as a good guy. Like, ain't nobody buying that, man. Come on. Perhaps, maybe you just bite that bullet and make your own Steam Deck at home with hookers and blow.
Yeah, I don't know. I genuinely think like if Epic really wants to like push their store forward, they got to start aggressively attempting to partner with guys like Acer, Lenovo, and Ambernic that are like making these handhelds, because they don't have enough resources or support to make their own hardware that people would actually buy.
Go back and partner with people like Falcon Northwest, partner with Dell, partner with all the other hardware vendors that Valve dicked over with the original Steam machines, because you know what? They probably want to grind an axe against Valve. They'd be like,
spite motivated purchases, absolutely. But yeah, like adding some free games or something, or some bonus Fortnite soda to a deck competitor could be the move, right? Like you got to give something. You got to provide an actual incentive for purchasing games, not just, hey, if I go to a bagel shop and they give me a bagel, I'm going to eat it and walk away. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to go buy more bagels.
At some point, here's the other problem though. At some point, you're going to get tired of getting bagel.
Yeah, maybe I want a baguette, or I want some cola.
Well, think about it. It's not like the Epic has stopped giving away a free game every week. And when it first launched, I'm like, okay, I'll create an Epic account, and maybe for the first week, second week, maybe even for that first month, maybe for that second month, maybe even for that first year. I have no idea what's free on Epic, right? I don't go check it. I don't care. I'm like, I'm full of bagel, man. I'm like, whatever. Mm-hmm. Thinking I definitely have bagels. Building. This is like one of the times where you need to build that empty castle. I've talked about building empty castles as a strategy and something to avoid when starting a project, you know. Like you say, you're going to do, I'm going to build a podcast. What you don't do is go out, build all the infrastructure, build the site, get all the graphics, buy all the hardware, and find out that you suck at doing podcasts and you're going to want to do it. You know, what you want to do is start doing the thing and get good at that and have it ready. But this is one of those cases where that should have been done before giving out the free games. Because what have we had through the past couple of years with the Epic Store? For the longest time, the inability to buy more than one thing at one time, much less a store. Like, no one thinks it's the free game place, and that's where you go to launch Fortnite.
Yeah, and like there was some good tech that came out of there. Like I brought it up in the pre super shows, and their cross-platform multiplayer thing is great. It works. It allows like crossplay for like Xbox and PC and PlayStation and all that shit. But again, one thing that Valve is doing is they're like, hey, here, at least from the developer side, here's some return on value, and from the customer side, absolutely. Hey, we're storing all your save games. Hey, we're making it easy to install mods and DLC. Hey, we're doing all this other stuff.
We're releasing a portable game store.
Yeah, that Epic is not. They're just saying, hey, we got free games, and that's not enough.
Do you believe it would be easier to have a little more sympathy or a little more cheer rah behind it if Epic had some Linux titles?
I mean, certainly from this crowd, absolutely. If they were,
I can only speak for myself, right?
Yeah. But yeah, definitely, we've been getting a lot of like mixed messages about the Linux thing, because they're like, oh, we're not gonna block stuff, but all of our stuff is not going to be allowed on Linux. So.
And they get a lot of like bad will. I mean, me personally, we were talking about that. You just go back and listen to the pre-super shows, because we cover a lot of stuff, but Epic pulling stuff off Steam. Mm-hmm. That is for nobody's benefit other than Epic, and it has
exclusivity.
Yeah, we were talking about not Fall Guys, Stumble Buddies or Stumble Guys, about. Why is that on Steam, and why are so many people, why is it making so much money that they can partner with Hot Wheels and Monopoly? Why? Because it's on Steam. You know, you pull something off of Steam to get your exclusivity. The games die. Rocket League, live support, Fall Guys. I'm sure some people are still playing it, but like it's nothing like it used to be, man. Like Fall Guys was like Twitch everywhere. Same way with Rocket League.
Yeah,
I'm just being grumpy about it, man. Like pulling stuff away to like. I don't have a lot of love for Epic.
It's that artificial scarcity stuff, right? Like in an era where everything is digital and there's
it's
no like
doing that and trying to tell me you're doing it for my own good.
Yeah, it's for your own good, and we're helping you out by letting you give us money on your iPhone without having to give Apple a cut. It's really for you.
And dragging ass on EAC support for so long.
Oh man, yeah. I don't know how much of that was like internal politics versus like just technical trying to figure it out, because like it is a bit of a cagey situation to like do anti-cheat in wine. But like yeah, they could have been a lot more clear with messaging. They could have been a lot more public about this stuff, and like I guess more giving, more charismatic.
Yeah, I mean, pretend anti-cheat like EAC is, I don't know, man. Like, whatever.
It works now, so at least there's that.
Yeah, we don't have to think about it too much. Did we ever get any titles that with like BattleNet working?
What? It's just Diablo that's on Steam right now?
Sure.
Or was it? No, it was Overwatch. Overwatch was the one they brought to Steam.
Does Overwatch use BattleNet?
Yes, any Blizzard games use Battle.
Okay, Overwatch does run. Yeah, launched it. As I was so clearly asked, man, what were you doing? But it's like I just launched it and moved around in the hangar at the beginning to see if it run. We're good. Yeah.
I guess at least that works. They're not banning people yet, but soon.
Hey, if you want to tell us your favorite game to play once right at the beginning just to see if it runs on your system, head over to LinuxGameCast.com, hit the contact button, read the moon glyphs, and make sure you're not trying to be spammy, or our spam column is going to nope you. I just re-upped our yearly subscription to the service. We pay for that, and
Golem is the service. We
will be in touch. We got a couple of shows we do. Pick the right one. This is LGC Weekly. Or if you want to come on the show, you got an open source project that you're working on, closed source, you're a game dev, and you're like, hey, you want some of that free publicity? Publicity. Probably blah. We can help you.
Publicity be.
Yeah. Hey man, I'm all down for like helping indie game devs. I'm like, hey,
yeah, we
can put some money. Like at least one person will at least think about buying your game after watching the show.
Yeah. Plus, it's always fun to talk to the devs. They always have like interesting stories.
It's good. Like, if you're in marketing and you know the devs and you can put them on the show, that's cool. Yeah. We have no interest in talking with sales.
We want the tech people. We don't want the PR people.
Yeah. Okay. What about this week?
We got some hate mail from Albright, not necessarily Madeline Albright, although if she watches the show, are you still alive or are you a ghost? I don't know. And they're asking about the worst. Why does it matter what Linux distribution I use for gaming? The only thing I notice affecting me is the desktop. I've read a lot of articles comparing distros, but they all say they do everything, including gaming. Is there a worse distribution for gaming? Yeah, I think the worst distribution for gaming is probably like a very, very, very early version of Slackware that you can get booting on a system because it's not going to have any of the drivers that you need. Honestly, like for the most part, yeah, it's going to be the desktop and all the other software that you're running, which I guess you could consider the distribution, but considering most distributions are just the desktop and the same software, yeah, it's kind of a bit of a moot point. You can make arguments about like the default settings or specific versions of things that are being included that might make one distribution a better option than say another. But yeah, for the most part, like it's going to be very minimal impact, if any, right?
Opens up to a bunch of different questions. That's why I wanted to throw it in. Outside of like, man, good on you for powering through that first sentence. That's kind of rough, grammar wise. So worst distribution outside of Kali. outside of Kali.
But I'm a hacker. I need to use the hacker Linux.
That is, dude, genuinely typed in chat last night when we were doing Trackmania. Come hang out with us and play Trackmania. It's awesome. All the information's on the web zone. It was like, hey, you guys are playing on Linux. I'm like, yeah. Like, how do I install it? I'm like, use it on Steam Proton. They're like, oh, I have it on GOG or whatever. And I'm like, oh, just use Lutris or Heroic. And they're like, cool, man. I'm using Kali, by the way. And I'm like, all right, never mind. Go away. Because that is signaling like, I don't want to give you a hard time but you are publicly, when you say, you're like, it's said like it's some type of humble brag, but you're communicating that you know precisely fuck all and you're using Kali as a desktop.
Yeah, let's be real. Kali is a live environment. Yeah. You can install it on a system if you are like a pen tester and like that is your work laptop and that is like the only thing you use it for. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like generally you want to like be able to boot it on any system because there's a lot of local cracking tools that are very useless if you just install it on your regular desktop system.
Yeah. No hate. Absolutely worst distribution. One thing I hear often is you can't play video games on Debian stable.
That's not true.
Dude, it doesn't stop people from typing it. I'm like, hey, I'm using Debian for having this. Like, you should run Arch. It play the game. Or you should use, what is it, Nobara? No?
Nobara? Yeah.
Yeah. And shit like that. I'm like, dude, like, Debian 12's new enough to where you can play any of your games. That you're running everything through Proton anyway.
Yeah. Much love to Eggy, but like, yeah, I don't think I would recommend Nobara to most people. It's a fun enthusiast distro, but again, you're putting all your eggs in that one. Eggs in one basket. I didn't even think about that. Oh, he's gonna hate me now. I'm just gonna fucking punch me in the face. Great.
Oh man, yeah, we've seen a couple of here like Debian 1, Red Hat. I mean, a bunch of joke stuff, like Puppy Linux. I think if I'm decrypting the initial sentence correctly, yeah, distros are all samey now.
Yeah, yeah. Run something that was released in like the last year, and you'll be fine.
It will be fun, and it's not just gaming. This applies to audio and production. Like, the need for having a customized spin for a thing, those days that situation's not really there anymore. It's just kind of legacy stuff. The perception of like, oh, I need to download Ubuntu Studio to do the you do that with Fedora out of the box or Debian out of the box.
I think it's also like an artifact of like the Linux is impossible to use type thing, where it's like, oh, you're gonna have to like go into the command line, blah blah blah, to just install 8 Linuxes, and it's like, no, like maybe once upon a time your choice of distro had a more significant effect on your gaming performance, but these days, no.
Moral of the story is just use Gentoo.
Yeah, build it from LFS, build it from scratch, be a real man.
Oh man, yeah, I think that's all we got for this one, man. Hey, if you like what we do, speaking of, I need to give a quick shout out to our latest patron.
Oh, who that? Barco.
Yeah, Barco's like, man, I'm going to go over to LinuxGameCast.com. I'm going to smash that support button. I'm going to click the Patreon button because we got Patreon, we got LibrePay, we got PayPal, one-time donations, recurring. Now, as a patron, you get a gang of bonus features because we really do appreciate it if you can join us there, up to and including access to our super secret Discord that we're hanging out in the other 6 days of the week. We also got Amazon wish list. Jordan has one, Jill has one, Pedro has one. I got one in the studio. I don't even write your name, and very hard to do chalk in the background. If you pick up something there, we got a merch store, Amazon storefront, and of course, our humble affiliate. And your name's going to be in the credits, Barco. Thank you. You were saying, Jordan, as I was saying.
I was just going to say, like, I had to prune a bunch of AMD cards off of my wish list. Now I don't need them anymore. Unless I want to have second breakfast. I have second 7800 XT. Yeah. I guess Crossfire works with Vulkan out of the box. You can
Crossfire's not supported anymore.
Well, multi-GPU Vulkan, whatever the fuck it's. Yeah. I call it Crossfire. In my heart, it's Crossfire.
With your 1x16 and 1x8?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, well, that was the thing. Crossfire can use different GPUs too. So that was the.
Remember all that nonsense, man?
Oh yeah.
Remember the company that was like, man, whatever happened to that? Because they disappeared. disappeared. Remember the company that like you can use different GPUs from different vendors?
Oh yeah.
Remember that? I could have an NVIDIA and like we can leverage compute across all these. Like somebody bought them and disappeared their ass.
Yeah. Well, I bet you it probably rhymes with NVIDIA.
That would have been bad. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, on that bombshell, let's call it a night and pour one out for old Pedro Mateus, who's still currently deceased with no internet access, and that does truly suck. Always got feels. Internet being out sucks. But if you want to get a hold of me, I'm at Vinstone. Yeah, Vinstone on Zitter. Doing that, we got a federated timeline, mass.linuxgamecast.com. I'm just at Vin there. All my social media stuff is on our web zone. And here on Twitter, of course, I'm in Discord, I'm in our IRC, and all those places where your regular friendly neighborhood Vinstones can be located.
Much like a bagpipe, I make the sounds of a sheep's gut being pumped full of air.
I'm not seeing a bagpipe on this wish list, Tommy.
If you give me a minute.
All right, I know Amazon
I'll add it
sells
after
them.
the people follow me on Twitter at the Burning Fool or at frojo@mass.linuxgamecast.com.
And Pedro's dead. Womp womp. All right.
Yeah, Pedro died.
Yeah.
And then there's Pedro.
He's like, how about some credits?
OLED Vision. At least it's not Olestrovision. Well, we gotta thank the people flying through space that make this possible every week. The names in the credits, the names in history, like Omega Sartherin, and our executive producers, Barbara,
producers like
Scott
David,
Mashod, Atomic Ass, Mike G, drummer, Tomasz, Hakeem, David, Eship,
all of Chicago, the entire population,
Empty,
like Gloria Segrol, Sea Monsters,
Nuberaman,
Ogie, Joe, Rilo, plenty of death notes. Let's see, we got Gamatron, Pebbles, Xanthorus,
Barco's there,
Pipper, and Barco.
Look at these little chairlings like Mr. Alert and Door Geek and Jonas and Michael and Ryan and Dementor and Belric.
But they joined together to
Biatko
form co-chair.
Yes.
Rick
and
Leiter.
these fuckers, the people on the wall, the writings on the wall.
Were you there when they wrote on the wall?
Yeah. You know, Dancing Joe, Kaijire, Remekta, John, Noctilus, Aldius, all those guys. Great fuckers.
Did we learn anything this week?
No. My brain is empty.
I dare you to say that to the llama.
Llama, my brain is empty. Don't hurt me.
You can kind of see his fangs. Bad fire, everyone. I'll see you next week.
Bye.
And scene. It's a good thing I opened up this Twitch, not Twitch, but YouTube pop-out chat, because when I did, everybody quit talking. Dope.
Yeah, that's kind of what happened.
Right?
Making it a point to glance over there is like, oh, nothing.
None. I just got it front and center, and I'm like, eh.
Hey, that was about an hour, though.
Boop. Hour, 12 minutes. Yeah. I wouldn't say that's running long, but I pulled back on a couple of things. I was like, I want to get this side conversation. I'm like, nope. Gotta maintain.
Keep it snappy.
Yeah, ish. We live in the days of like thoroughly timestamp stuff. I have no illusion. There's probably like 2 people left that listen to the entire thing, and they do it on their commute. I mean, do you just normally watch or listen to something back and forwards? Like if...
Yep.
Even if there's only like one thing, like you see the podcast and like, oh, they're talking about the thing I want to know about.
So...
Do you listen to everything before that, or you just go, oh, let's get right into it?
Depends.
All right.
It depends, because like as you mentioned, sometimes podcasts have the timestamps, and it's like, okay, so I'm
I say this because I'm guilty as hell of this now, like myself.
Yeah. So like there's some stuff I watch specifically because I want like long form content. I just want to listen to someone talk about something for like an hour and a half, right? And those I don't usually skip around on. But yeah, if it's like oh, and we have special guests that I'm interested in seeing, and like they're only there for the one segment. Yeah, sometimes I'll just like go listen to the one segment. But maybe if I'm entertained by it, or if it's like, if it's early enough in the podcast where for the first half we talk to such and such, and then for the back half we do something else. Yeah, maybe I'll watch the first half, or I'll listen to the first half.
Now, I do think a lot of people will hit that spot and leave it running from there, but I'll use an example of, maybe not a great example, but like a tech podcast. I think we qualify as a tech podcast. I will bullet point. I'm like, I want to find out about that. All right. And I'm grateful that the other stuff's there. I'm like, I genuinely don't care about these next two things. Let me just go there. But sometimes I'll hit that, and like when I'm done with that, I'll let it play out.
Yeah, sometimes. Like, if I like the dynamic of the people, or if it's like they start talking about something and like it's interesting, sure, I'll let it go. It is very much like a case by case thing. I don't have a hard and fast rule. I do gotta go urinate though.
So who watched the Boogie documentary? Boogie 2988. Is it 2988 or 288? $2988. Who even knows what a boogie is? How about that? Speaking of like old stuff from the internet, right? Yeah, there was a boogie documentary, and they kind of cover all the crazy stuff he's been up to and what happened. That's a wild ride, man. It's apparently rated R, too. It's free to watch on YouTube. I don't know. Like, I never watched Boogie back in the day. He had a character called Francis. I know that much. He was like angry at video games or something to that effect. That's as much as I know. What I am curious about is what we're going to end up with zero punctuation, though. What is that going to look like? Because the Escapist has all the IP. Like, how do you work around that? Can you, like, copyright that character? Or that style? I don't know. Maybe not.
Oh.
Jordan.
What?
Were you familiar with, outside of just, like, maybe knowing the name, Boogie 2988?
The fat dude, yeah? The big YouTuber? He lost a bunch of weight recently, I know that, but...
He had a gastric bypass.
Okay.
He has a documentary that was released about him this week.
I saw that, yeah.
I haven't watched it yet. It was about the rise. He was like... When I think about guys like that, of like how much money they could have made, because in those early days of YouTube, like, there was no advertising revenue. Then you really think about, like, what about the Numa guy? I bet he's mad.
The Numa guy?
Yeah, because that was a viral video before YouTube.
That was on Newgrounds, man. That was...
He didn't get fuck nothing from that.
Yeah. Who is the Numa guy? I mean... Numa, man.
He's got a YouTube channel, and he's tried to recapture the lightning in the Butula.
Gary Brolsma. Numa.
It was him with a little 4x3 webcam and a postage stamp size video jamming out to Ozone Dragsta.
Yeah, Dragostadine.
Which is a great music video, by the way.
The song's pretty good, too. Like...
Oh, yeah. Like, I know way too many lyrics from that damn song.
Yeah. I don't know what the hell they mean, but...
No.
It's me. I am the traveler.
Yeah, he's tried to do, like, the Numa Part 3 or something like that.
Well, it's you can never recapture...
Because he's mad. I would be mad, too, man. He's like, I should be... At least have $1 million from this shit, man.
You should at least have you should at least be a host of a TV show or something, right? Not like a big one, like a game show. I could see him be like a host of like a 2 or 3 season like Netflix game show or whatever, like,
or just
internet dancing.
Missing out on like the meme You know, I understand that because I look at the tools available and I'm like, holy hell, like right now, if I was 20, I would either be like reasonable notoriety or in prison. Like, because these tools just didn't exist when, like, that's why it boggles my mind. Like, why do you, or I guess maybe that's kind of a bad thing. I wonder what the peer pressure is. Or the dangers of, like, doing content creation as a teenager or early 20s.
Well,
George,
so
you went through that.
kind of. Yeah, I guess it would have been like I was mid-20s, I would say, by the time like I would have been embroiled in content creation. Cause like, yeah, again, I was following dudes like Spoonie, and there was always like the fantasy of like, oh, I could be on YouTube and I could do a thing like that. But you know, like they are like high level of effort things. So like you have to like I would think like at that point you have to like really, really be in love with the process of like the creation.
Oh, to help clarify for you there, Phil NX Chatbot, if you look to the right of Chatbot, that's the person typing. Chatbot's just the relay service that communicates between our Discord server and the Twitch server. Just to let you know, there's a real person to the right of a Chatbot in Discord, and yours goes back the same way.
Yes. Except it says, does it say Chatbot on the other end? I think it is.
No, it just says TB.
TB, yeah.
Because we couldn't get TB for Twitch.
Yeah, someone already took that one. Yeah, but like, so I was just thinking of like the kid, right? Because like he asked me to like set him up with like a webcam and a microphone because he wants to stream games not for like people but for his friends. He wants to like show his friends.
Well, that's what they're doing now, and it's not YouTube or whatever. It's like Discord.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I think like turning that into like I want to make video, like I don't know. I don't know. Like for me, I always like the smaller scale creative stuff. I don't like making things like when I'm making them like myself. I like making them for like targeted audiences. Like I'm gonna make like D&D games, for example. Like I like tailoring my D&D games to like the players, right? Like that but like having to like do creative control for like a TV show or something.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could necessarily do that.
Or not TV show, just like a YouTube channel.
Yeah, like or like a web series, right? Like that's like if I were to like do like an audio drama or something, right? Like
something that has production.
Yes, yeah, something that is more than just people in a room. But again, like that's I'm also not the person who like picked up a guitar and like started playing shit, right? So
I did that shit too.
Some people have the creative bug. It's
the creative stuff, but I don't want, like, that's always been like, I have no desire for fame or fortune. Like, I am perfectly content with, I have more eyes on me now than I preferably want, you know?
Yeah, this is probably like the most level of notoriety I realistically want.
Yeah, like even now it's like a bit more than, like, you dial it back, I'd be just as happy.
It was very, I bring this up a lot just because it was super surreal, like, because I don't consider myself like a peer necessarily of like someone like Chris Fisher in terms of like a presence in like, you know, podcasting media or whatever. But like when someone walks up and he's like, yeah, you know my name or whatever, that's like, huh, that's weird, that's strange. I have a reputation that precedes me now. And yeah.
And Jordan immediately was like, whoa, dial back the parasocial stuff, man. Come on. I don't know who you.
Yeah.
Had his bodyguard Strider. No le pitches.
Oh man, I miss manhandling Strider. It's fun to just like pick him up and carry him around.
Man. Portable.
Here's my portable Matthew, right?
I mean, you can guided pick strider up past under your arm. You won't really notice. It's like a really long toddler.
Yeah. It's like it's a baby giraffe. That's what I refer to him as.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wonder what that's like as a parent, though. Like, when you get a kid, like, because, like, you know, we barely had functioning webcams in the 90s. Like, back when I was a teenager of that age, my outlet was, all right, let's start a band, right?
One thing that Pat and Paige from formerly of like Super Best Friends played that I thought was very considerate is that like they had a kid, and whenever they post a picture of the kid, they like Photoshop out the kid's head with like a picture of the dad's head.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you know what, I appreciate that, because they're like, yeah, you know, the child doesn't necessarily consent to having their image being put out on the internet. Like, maybe you want to share the funny photo because like the baby's doing a stupid thing or whatever, right? But like, right. Yeah,
that's like just, I don't know, like a baby, whatever, but like definitely toddler on. Like, you look at the differences between that. That's one thing I'll say about Dodger from used to be on the Total Biscuit podcast.
Yep. Apparently they're starting that up again.
Her and Jesse are doing a thing right now called Friend Zoned. I caught that but I respect her. Kids are not allowed on camera, period.
Yeah.
Then you got the complete opposite of that of Maximilian, dude. Kid's always on, man. What?
I was trying to point at the picture of Pedro, implying that he was Maximilian.
Yes. Oh, okay. Yeah, that guy.
Yes.
Maximilian with a bad dye job.
Yep.
Man,
we have Maximilian Dude at home.
Yeah, we do, man.
It was a mind fuck, really, seeing that guy pop up on YouTube, because I'm like, what the fuck is Pedro doing on his own YouTube channel? No, this is a different person.
Yeah, right.
Hold on. It is uncanny though, right? Like,
confusion. Couple of highlights, and we would fuck with some people in like when they were looking at the thumbnail for the live show. Like, we could probably type in Daxam. Yeah, featuring special guest star Daxamillion Mood.
Yeah.
But what I worry about is, you know, because his daughter's a toddler. She's like 3 years old. Like, dude, that is just ammunition for kids in school, man.
Yeah. Although there was a funny thing. Sungwon Cho, Proza ZD, posted a thing where it's like, yeah, someone. This is for my nephew. Yes, I am related to you. Blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. This is proof on YouTube, and like the way he delivered it, he was cajoled by a grandparent to do that. I like there's some overlap between like the Korean grandma and the Jewish grandma. Like I recognize that tone of voice. Someone had a talking to.
Just like, gotta get it verified, man. Like, come on, man.
Are you related to that Jordan Swung? What other Jordan Swung?
Oh, dude. Well, that's
my problem, man.
The one guy I know, he's got some girls, and he's run into the problem where his teenagers, because he does stuff that is like more topical, and they're like, they watch her dad. Like, they subscribe to his YouTube channel. That's like, that's gonna be cringe as fuck as a teenager, dude. And they're like, hey, can we come over to your house?
No.
Can see your dad? You're like, no, you don't want people hanging out with your parents, man.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be weird.
Right? It's like, I don't know. I feel like our personas online are probably close enough to interacting with us in real life.
I was thinking about that, and I'm like, what do we got?
I don't know. I'd probably have to ask like Patrick or Alan. They'd probably the people I spent the most time physically with. So, but like, yeah. Oh.
I'd say like online from offline, maybe I'm like 11.2 versus a regular 11. Like, punch it up a little bit. But then again, like, left to my own devices, I'm kind of quiet, just chilling out doing my own thing. Like, I crave no attention whatsoever. I'm not antisocial. My problem is I'm way too fucking content with, like, the Google machine to learn stuff. That's my hobby. Is like I love learning stuff, and that's dangerous because I'm perfectly content like chilling out by myself working on projects.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not good. That's why I'm like, you got to get out of the house, man.
Yeah, there is necessity to do that. At least get some fucking vitamin D or whatever the fucking sun one is. I always.
If I was a problem, I'd been dead a long time ago, man. Very Jordanish in real life. Yeah.
Very Jordanish. Okay.
Did you look?
I was a river.
River, yeah.
Yes.
So the right here in Gallifreyan. There was no word for river, though. God damn, I'm looking forward to that.
Wasn't David Tennant gonna be in something, or am I just? Did I just
outside of
dream up a
Doctor
thing
Who?
because I wanted to see David Tennant in more shit? I'm just like,
Is
gonna
Dave?
make up a David Tennant show.
I don't know how many episodes. I know it's at least the first 2 episodes of Doctor Who. It's going to be David Tennant. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Mm.
But I'm very, very optimistic, borderline hopeful for like Doctor Who again. Like I quit watching the last 2 series, man.
I gotta finish up Barry season 4 of that. You should watch that.
I don't know what Barry is.
Barry is a show about a dude who is a hitman who decides to quit his job and
You've told me
become an
about
actor.
that, right?
Yes, and it is fucking hysterical.
Hmm.
It is pitch black comedy. Every character in that is a fucking monster. It's great.
Hmm. Relatable, huh? Esperanto Revelenche? What?
Yes, yeah, Esperanto. That language that's supposed to be the universal language.
Did you know that Star Wars was redubbed in Navajo?
I think I did. I tried to learn Esperanto at one point, but I gave up.
Man, I'd be angry if I did. I'd be like,
because like you don't have anyone to speak it with, right? Like,
right. I might as well learn Klingon. More people speak that.
well, yeah. Plus, you could. I literally used more Klingon in my day-to-day life than Esperanto, so like.
I've thought about picking up Spanish a couple of times, but every time I do it, I'm like, it's so similar. Like, from Latin Germanic to Spanish, which, you know, there's North American Spanish, but I mean, it's close enough, man.
It's close enough to mess you up.
Some of the dialect issues that you'll run into, especially like in Mexico, like northern Mexican dialects, they got some weird ones, man. I've had all this broken down to me. But
apparently, Italy has some crazy fucking dialects.
I always get fascinated by that. In like very small regional areas.
Mm-hmm.
But then we go back to like just like tribal times. Like there's still places in like Africa, like people that are like 30 kilometers apart, completely different languages.
Mm-hmm.
Which is wild. Do you think we ever get a universal language?
It's called cat gifs.
Cat juice?
Cat gifs.
Cat gifs?
Yeah.
All right.
I think that is probably as close to a universal language as we're gonna get. It's just like short videos of cats doing dumb shit.
So we're never gonna have like a.
Now, do you? Okay, so let me wind that back because I made an assumption there. Do you mean universal language for humans, or universal language in like the universe?
Sure, for everything that we know that's alive in the universe.
Math.
We're pretty bad at that, though. We're in like a first grade reading
simple
level.
math. Very, very simple math.
We got some rudimentary addition down, kinda.
Yeah. D&D common.
I just love that the aliens show up and look and they're like, what are these numbers? What do you guys just make this shit up for? What the fuck is that? How any of this works?
One of the things I really love about the Expanse, it makes it a little obtuse to get into, is the Belter patois. That shit's cool because they're like trying to like combine a bunch of like existing languages. Because like speaking of like ye olden times, right? There used to be like trade languages that were like comprised of like multiple vocabularies. And so it's like it's a language that has like some Greek words and some Venetian words and some Egyptian words and blah 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 blah, because like everyone needs to be able to like more or less say the same thing.
Yeah, somebody went to Mardi Gras and they spent 10 minutes and they're like, oh yeah, well, let's do this Creole thing in space.
Yeah. But they had different varieties of it, which I thought was really neat. Where you had like some like Irish style and like a bunch of like worker class accents that are all, and like languages that are all kind of mashed together. Yeah, local satanic parents distraught to learn that D&D is just improv and math. Yeah, it's not even hard math; it's just addition. Unless you're using THACO, then it's subtraction.
Satanic panic, baby. That's why you got to watch out for the panics.
Yeah,
because that was real, man.
It was.
Your kid was going to become going to start like kidnapping and murdering babies because they were playing D&D.
Yeah. My grandfather once had a conversation with me. He's like, "This isn't going to turn you into a Satanist, right?" And I'm like, I showed him the page in the book where it says, "This is how you sacrifice your parents to the Dark Lord Satan for ultimate power." And he's like, "Okay, that makes sense." Yeah. I was really mad to find out that there was no such passage actually in D&D books. Like, man, how do I get the actual magic powers? What do you mean? It's just the magic is my imagination. That's bullshit.
How do we deal with that? We wake up tomorrow and 3% of the world population got magic.
I would be super jelly if I was not in that 3%.
And it was either me or Pedro that got it.
Right, like, and knowing my luck, Pedro's the one who gets it.
I'd be fine with that.
Or like the Shadowrun goblinization where you wake up and you're like,
and you're immediately hunted
like
down.
Yeah, right. I listen. I know how it goes. I've read enough X-Men comics. God loves, man kills.
Well, what do you do like when a Omni-Man shows up, right?
Well, you're fucked, right? Like
right.
The scene at the end of season 1 where he grabs Mark's face and he sticks him in front of the fucking subway. Like, what can you do? You were just sitting on your way to work, and then you got exploded by a man with a mustache. Like, yeah, what are you gonna do? Cecil tried and he failed.
We're gonna try to fight it, man.
I don't know. Maybe I'm pretty sure there's gonna be like more than a few who are just like more than happy to sell the rest of us out, and then still get eradicated because that's how it works.
Like, why would it even bother trying to communicate with us?
Because it wants us to be like it is the galactic equivalent of like going to shake someone's hand and then being like, "Ha, too slow, cool."
Yeah, but
to do that
would you try to do that with an anthill?
I have done that with an anthill. And then I've berated the ants for being pathetic. Because I am a cruel and capricious god. Okay. And I should not be given power.
I don't know. I'm just scared like this is a fucking ship's gonna like jump out to the atmosphere, and then next thing you know, you got fucking Jeff Goldblum strapped into a rocket. Like, we know how to fix this.
Listen, if the solution is to fire Jeff Goldblum at it, I am more than happy to push the button. Be like, "See ya, Jeff. Got nothing against you. I love your movies, but I have to fire you from this cannon into the aliens. It is my calling. Must go faster."
Esperanto has 0.5 to 2 mil users. It's maybe like Linux under the languages. Yeah. Like maybe Linux gaming under the languages.
Well, what? How many Linux users does Steam say exist according to the hardware survey?
I was just thinking about server infrastructure, man. Like, got a little more than that.
Servers aren't computers, Vin. They're magical clouds.
Understood.
This version. How many fucking? Right, that's 1.39%. We're still beating OS 10, but OS 10 is getting some gains.
Yeah.
We lost some position, but we're still far on ahead.
Well, these new Steam Decks are gonna help things out a little bit.
Hopefully.
What do you want to do? You want to play some Shell Shock or something?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Did you, I found the copy of the down there at the bottom.
I did see that.
Maybe next
week.
I also included the moon glyphs because I had to look that shit up because it's been a minute since I had to break out B-Chunk. Jordan uses B-Chunk daily, though. He didn't have to do that.
Absolutely.
I don't know, man.
They call me Big Chunkus because I be using B-Chunk. Oh, no.
I mean, if you say so, man.
That was fucking awful. I'm sorry. Servers are the people at restaurants who give you your food.
Why is my food mad at me?
Because you deserve it.
Probably. I mean, I'm not going to argue that.
Because you touch yourself at night.
What do we got? Boop. Do we have our 50-50 line on this shot? Did I move it? 2-3 chat. Alright, I'm gonna have to rob 50-50. Give me your 50-50. Where you at? Where you at? Here it is. Ooh, that's close.
Alright, not bad. Not bad.
That's close. Dead Reckoning. You would think a grid would be built into OBS, but you would be wrong.
Right? That would be just downright useful. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I mean, does it really bother me when things aren't perfectly aligned? Kinda.
I just think grids are better, right? Like, you should just have the option to have grid.
Well, OBS does do the thing where it tries to intelligently, you know this, it tries to intelligently snap around like any other block, which is why control keys invented. Like, stop doing that. There we go. Beto wants to come play with us. You can. Who needs grids when you can just enter numbers? Dude, you need just the ability to drag stuff around, man. That was one of the things that made it really hard to take off with what was it called? Webcam Studio on Linux way back in the day. Because you had to manually enter the coordinates to move objects around.
Ooh.
Which is just a pain in the ass.
Suckus. Oh, hi, Alan.
Did they update the way... Oh, you got a graphic behind yours.
Yeah, I unlocked that a while ago.
Oh, okay.
You could, like, buy it with the currency money, and I had enough, so I just, like, did it.
I was updating, what was it? Oh, yeah, Discord. I was like, let me update my profile. Or just put something on it other than nothing. And, Discord showed me, like, all the sparkly things that I could put around it. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of dope. Here, I'll pick that one. And then it immediately went like, oh, by the way, you got to pay for all these.
Yeah, I got the one on Steam for the Steam Deck, and I just like put it on. Like, why not?
Dude, there should be like some like get fucked thing that you can get for all the Steam points that you get with the Steam Deck purchase, man.
I tried to like burn through a bunch of them, but like, yeah,
there's
but
nothing.
It's all like emojis for chats that I don't use, right? Like, yes.
You want me to start carrying? Let me convert that to % off. Right?
Yeah. Like, and it doesn't even need to be like a particularly good rate either, just something.
No,
right? Like,
just something I can do with them because I've never used them at all, and I have a lot. How many do we have? We got 5?
I don't know who Suchos is.
I don't know. They're being patient.
Who is Suchos? Do we know?
Oh. There we go. So, who are they? Somebody hopefully that's paying attention.
Fucking. Well, they're higher level than. Well, they're not higher level than Alan, so.
Let me see. All right. A recording error has occurred. Take 2.
Error. Task failed successfully.
Click. That's kind of
loud. Ew, cat. Not so capable.
Nope.
All right.
5. All right. What?
I don't know. All our jet got reset.
Yeah, because
setting.
It's going to be 4 here in a minute, buddy. There we go.
Oh, right. Move only.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
All right, Alan, if you saved me for last.
Let's yes. Hey.
Bonk.
Now you're thinking with portholes.
Ooh.
Let's see how that goes.
I hit Sakos and he's immediately coming for me.
Wow, that actually worked. Holy shit. I'm a genius. With a capital J. I'm gonna use the Henry Twinkler.
Do I just have infinite trinades or some shit? All right.
Maybe?
This is...
Can I go through the portal? No, okay. Damn. Bring me the horizon.
Rainbow, taste it. How far do I want to go?
Ouch.
Quit building moats. I have nothing. Do we even have teleport? No.
Let's see if that works. I don't know.
Whee!
All right. Well.
I gotta try, man. All right, I'm gonna use my infinite trinades.
Go, my spermies! It went everywhere. My sperm went all over the place. Amazing. This is the best game of Shell Shock I have ever had and will ever have.
Let's go. Make it rain.
Oh my god, he's got the magic pixel of health left.
Have to analyze who's targeting me by their wiener position.
I have no idea if this is gonna work. Moons, go! No, they just go. Oh, what? No.
Bong.
Maybe?
Bong.
I'm super unclear on this.
I got bonus XP. Look at you hiding behind your little hill.
Yeah. That's all I can do. Sure, attack Katana. At least you didn't attack me. Okay. Get a token. Oh, okay.
Alright, game, seriously? If you have enough portals, do we have to number them?
Yeah, right?
Okay, that didn't do too much, did it?
That did jack shit.
Play my cards right. I can use Creek.
I don't want to wait for my life. Ah, I got to him before I could.
That was effective.
I got a mountain up my butt.
Why are captions disabled? Enable the captions. Caption source. There, how about that?
Let's try this. I have no idea if this will
Oh,
work.
who do I need to kill? Alright. Get him. You're rolling the wrong way, you fool.
Still alive. Damn it!
Damn it.
We both felt that one.
I wasn't aiming for Alan. Spoilers.
Spoiler alert.
Tinkler.
Chicken, go!
that didn't work. Come at me, bro.
Alright. You still got some mana bar left. What did I pick up? What do I have? Sure, double zipper. Your fly's open.
Bring it.
Ow!
Bonk.
Oh no! You got me! Son of a bitch!
I think this is the first one I've ever won.
So close. I beat Alan, that's the important thing.
And I got a stacky bomb.
I got a lot of XP for that, damn. I ate a lot of shit for stabbing Alan, though. Like, I could have won if I just picked a different gun, but I wanted to stab him. I just wanted to get up close and personal.
Ooh.
Yeah, you can get the botherer. Yeah, that bothered me quite a bit.
The Annoyatron. Give him a tank upgrade. I don't know this one. Gun level, sure. We can have one more if somebody wants to play. I'll leave that open for a minute.
No, I'm gonna do one or two more and then call it.
No, this is just a warm-up. Now then we're going to go through the entirety of Trine 1 again. And
yeah, Left 4 Dead and
yeah. I mean, we'll be done before Tuesday, don't worry.
Yeah, don't worry. What can I buy for 184 gears? Not much.
I don't know.
That's all I got. I can buy weapons. I can buy an oddball. Sure.
What's an oddball?
I don't know. We'll find out if I ever get it.
Right.
It's one of the... Apparently it's one of the unlockable weapons. It was on sale, so why not?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They got like 20% off in this thing.
Yeah, shit. Listen, I'm all about the fucking couponing these days.
Do you have to like physically cut those up?
No, it's all digital, but you still need, you gotta like fucking figure out what you need versus like what's on sale and what
That's
you get
bullshit,
for.
man. Like they should make you cut that shit out and bring stacks of paper.
Fuck.
All right, let's go.
All right, we're doing it.
Have I ever used a coupon?
Alan, give me a kiss.
Katana, I will retaliate harshly. There's that.
It's just you and me, baby. Together forever. No escape.
You can't go wrong with moons.
Why won't you let me love you?
Where'd my moons go? Ortiz Stevens is just determined to get me to target him, I guess. All right, fine. I was gonna go around, homie.
What's he doing? He's... Cats.
He's missing me a lot.
I'm gonna give Alan a break now. I've decided to pick on someone else. Tank leader! Oh. Wow, I should have increased the range on that. That was entirely my fault. Wow. Alright, well. Did the wall just absorb one of them? I'm confused.
What happened?
I don't know.
Oh, I'm stuck here. Oh, damn. This is my life now.
Yeah. And it's no, nay, never. I keep wanting to call him Liza P, not Liza Knock.
Bonk.
Bonk. Damn, that was a good shot.
Oh well.
Not to toot my own horn, but toot toot. Master Splitter. Nope. All right. Nice try. Bonk, 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 bonk. Why am I suddenly reminded of Drop Shot?
I don't know.
Sure. I have no idea if this will hit or not. Nothing hit. Amazing.
Avenge me.
Avenge me, Hemp Knight.
You weren't fighting me. I was just buying katana. Time to power up, man.
Yeah. Thanks, Krillin.
And drop that spirit bomb. Damn, those tokens are a good way to keep people actively engaged in the game.
Yes.
Ooh, oh. There it goes. Who do you get your money on?
It's pretty even. I'm gonna say Katana. He does have the life edge.
Oh, he's backing up.
Back up, back up. Keep rolling, 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 rolling. I mean, that is kind of the theme song to this is fucking Rollin' by Limp Bizkit. Yeah, that circle is very useful. I guess you could do a bank shot off it. I don't know.
1 mega. Oh shit! You got the mega quake.
What is Mega Quake, Quake 1, Quake 2, or Quake?
Quake Online.
Oh.
Done. Done.
You owe me a taco.
You just got swatted. Wham. Aw, you pog. You couldn't hang it. All right, we're going to do our favorite thing and call it a night.
Marksman.
Yup.
Oh boy.
We'll give it a minute.
I wonder who the game's going to pick to win.
I don't know, man. I mean, homie was just upset, I guess, because he got spooked in that first round. And I thought he was going to do all right.
Zorborax. It's a strong American name.
It is, man. It's traditional.
It's a family name. You know, my father was Zorborax, and his father was Zorborax. The long dynasty of Zorborax. Oh.
Zorborax sounds like something that, like, one of the side effects is like your toenails bleed.
You're right. If you or a loved one has suffered explosive diarrhea from taking Zorborax, you may be entitled to compensation.
This is bullshit, by the way. Even though it's not bad, but it's a bad omen to start off with this.
Right.
All right. Safety moans. Okay.
All right. Oh. What is the worst weapon I have? I'm gonna go with Yin Yang. I made it past the first round. I did better than last time.
I've already won. Do what you must.
Yeah. This is already 100% improvement over last time. Oh no, my beautiful face! I need it for people to sit on.
Okay, now this would be entertaining. What if it had the kinetic weapon where you could flip your tank around and like shoot it, bounce it around the map?
See, that would be a cool thing for like
this mode, right?
Like Shell Shock 2 is yeah, like you're able to fuck with your opponents more.
Ooh.
Because you can already kind of move them around if you get like the terrain under them to move.
I agree with you, Zorborax. Fuff, 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 000.
Woo.
Bonk.
All right.
Please, not me. All right, not me. Okay.
Yeah, is it Tolkien or is it fucking antidepressant? Zorborax.
Yay!
Well, my turn's gonna suck. One of those is sticking around and I don't want to know which.
Bonk. All right.
Does it stop? Ah, okay. Yes. That was too close. Stop squirting on me, Alan. Buy me dinner first, at least.
Just going
Jeez.
for like style points, man. Yeah, I'm gonna bake it off Jordan.
Yeah, I know you. I said people sit on my face, but that wasn't an open invitation. I should pick my next weapon.
I'm not, because I don't know where that damn thing is gonna pop up.
Oh, I got Oddball.
Okay.
I don't know what it does, though.
Yeah. Fucking hell.
That's doable.
It is doable, but I'm gonna have to burn one of my good ones. Oh, just.
All right, last time I went too high. In your face, Alan. I also can bounce stuff off of you.
Aww.
What? I beat Alan? It's me versus the randos? Oh fuck.
Bruh.
Bruh. Buh.
Buh.
Not even bruh, it's buh. God's favorite child, Zorbrax. It's gotta resolve it. Okay.
It's gonna put the target under the circle.
Oh. God damn. Okay.
Alright, well. You could scatter reflect that somehow.
I got the P90. Okay.
P90 was effective.
P9. Listen, I gave him the Jack O'Neill special.
Did you know that Pokemon Shiny wasn't an official thing?
Yeah, it was a fan name. I saw that post on Reddit. Yeah. I remember when it first came out. I was like, oh, this is a weird Gyarados, because it was like a story thing. But then I didn't realize that you could find other Pokemon that were also shiny until like. Damn. Ah!
We need more Daniels. Can you get the pixel?
Yes, I can. Bubble! I'm literally amazed. You're not a failure in our hearts, Zorbrax.
These are all doable, man. Like, I've not... Well...
Oh, what? dot. Okay. All right. Can I cheat and use a ruler?
Yeah, lay something flat on the monitor, man.
Yes. Okay. All right. That's all the cheating I'm gonna give myself. Fleet. No. Nah.
Thought about shooting you.
Fuck you. Rude. I love how you only get scored from the people you hit in this. You don't even get scored for hitting the targets.
Right. Oh, man.
Good times.
All right. We get any more that we want to... Oh, shit. Oh, no. You want to do one more?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
I got one.
Okay. What do you want to play?
What are let's do some Juggernaut. We haven't done a Juggernaut in a while. I was like, fuck that shit.
All right, bitch. Don't be me, don't be me, don't be me. Yes, not me.
He's the J-Knot, bitch.
Well, it looks like it's gang up on the new kid.
Yeah. Welcome back to the LGC bullying stream.
Tank cocky. Yes, closed captioning system. I said tank hockey.
Tank hockey. Sorry, Alan. I didn't want to overshoot.
So does he go for Ellen first with a smite shot? Yep.
Hits himself too.
Well,
Alright.
Ellen's got a clear shot now.
Yeah. Hold up, this guy might suck. We might win. And I call this little happy fellow the Gouger. Nope, too far.
Don't know.
Boing! Boing! Wow. Ow.
Damn. He's already dead.
Somebody please check my medical bracelet.
Okay, let's see if we can take him out by implementing our keep away no touchy.
Yeah.
Oh, that didn't work.
Okay. Well.
Huh.
No.
No. All right. God damn it. How
fine.
about I get away from directly under the 2x damage? Okay.
I'm gonna use the 2x damage.
You do it.
I gotta. He's got. Yeah, because you can use it.
Heavy back rollers.
Heavy back roller, and I don't care. Heavy back roller, and I don't. Ow! Shit! But, all right, it's on you, Vin. 1v1.
Time for bullshit unleashed.
All right, turns out he doesn't suck. New plan.
I don't know. There. That. Take that.
I'm glad that didn't hit you in the face. That would have been incredibly embarrassing.
Oh, you missed. Maybe, probably. Still missing. Nothing but miss. All right.
I've been missing you.
I'm stuck in a hole.
Down in a hole.
Okay, I cannot decrypt all the squigglies. You never know what's gonna rebound. God damn it. Haha. Fuck you. Haha. God damn it. This is
Oh, do
bullshit.
you have an item or something you can use?
No, nothing. I got overcharge and fortify.
Yeah. If you overcharge, your next hit will do more damage.
When in doubt. Come on, singular moon. Make it. No.
Come on, singular moon lands immediately in front of you. Jesus Christ, that shit is too good. Angry Birds. Well, you can hit him with the...
Best shot, yeah.
Fire away. Okay. All right. All right. That did something. You missed.
Thanks, Jordan. Antagonize him for me.
Tokens.
Got it.
JRR token.
Kinda gotta hit this health.
Yeah. It'll give you armor. It doesn't give you health back. Face the rainbow.
Oh! That would have been it too, man. Was this just in fucking case? What? What? What's his name?
Neo.
Walking through the fucking medieval battlefield, not getting hit by anything.
Oh, Jon Snow.
Oh, the guy who was the like director of the John Wick Hotel, who plays Zeus in American Gods.
Oh, Ian McShane.
Yeah. I'm gonna confuse him. He's not gonna be able to see me. He can't see me behind that wall, man.
Yeah.
Don't even try.
It's like John Cena.
Lucky shot.
You can't see me. Oh, wow. Got 85 coins.
We did a thing.
R.I.P. Pedro. Rip in peace. Rip and tear.
Rip in tears. Wait, that's probably not a good thing. But you know what? You do you. You might be into Rip and tears. Sounds like a band. OBS Studio 30 is out. Yay!
Rip in Tears is my death metal Tears for Fears cover band.
You know who had some good songs?
Who?
George Michael. Blame YouTube. YouTube was like,
I know I've heard George Michael songs, and I'm just struggling to think of one right now.
Well, I mean, what got me started was like, hey, it's Wake Me Up Before You Go Go. Well,
okay, yeah.
And I'm like, fuck yeah. What was it? What? God damn it. Model movie.
Zoolander, yeah.
Yeah, Zoolander.
The gas station.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah.
Orange Mocha Frappuccino.
I needed to hear that. Then it went down from like, what was it? Faith, which was a good one.
Careless Whisper, okay. Yeah.
Careless Whisper.
Man, I heard a cover of Careless Whisper and they didn't have the sax. And I'm like, but why? The sax is literally the best part of Careless Whisper.
I was reading a thing on, I think it was on Fark. This guy was recording at a studio, like in a farmhouse in right outside London. And it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. They get a phone call. Stevie Wonder is doing a concert at the O2. Or whatever. This has been a long time ago. And I ended up in the O2. I don't remember what it was. But they're like, yo, I got to do some extra vocal tracks for a thing. Can we use your studio? Turns out you guys have the same equipment that I've been recording with. And the guy's a teenager, man. And he's like, sure. He's like, whatever, prank caller. Like 1 o'clock the next morning, Stevie Wonder fucking shows up, dude. So to cut to the chase, there's a video from like an early 80s video of this little guy's band, and like Stevie listens to him. He's like, yeah, let me listen to what you guys are playing. He's like, it needs harmonica. And he's like, you don't fucking argue with Stevie Wonder when he shows up. And he's like, he hums it, then he grabs a fucking harmonica and just lays down a harmonica track. And you're like, it fit perfectly. So there's like this fucking music video. It is like these fucking kids like with harmonica by Stevie Wonder.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, and he shows up. He's like, I know the solution to your problem.
Harmonica.
Yeah, and he gives you the track, and just like, well, thanks, Stevie Wonder. I guess that's like Bill Murray stealing a French fries and being like, no one will believe.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem though. Like if Bill Murray, you're like, yeah, Bill Murray, like made me hot dogs last night, and we're like, there is the chance of that being true. Would you kick Bill Murray out of your house? He was like, hey man, what's going on?
Say to Bill Murray, shoo, get out of my house. Why did you break into my house, Bill Murray? What do you want?
There we go. There's the modifier. You come home. Bill Murray's on the couch, chilling out, watching
Right,
TV.
yeah, I'd be like, fuck you, Bill Murray, get off my couch. Get out of my house. I didn't invite you here. Yeah, Bill Murray's not exempt to my personal space rules. He's gotta get the fuck out.
What if he's like, Jordan, I need you not to ask any questions and come with me?
Be like, we can have this conversation outside of my house.
One-time offer.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm going on an adventure. Bill Murray's death dungeon.
Listen. Bill Murray can meet me halfway. That's all I'm saying. If he's gonna Gandalf me, he's gonna take me on an unexpected journey. He can at least meet me halfway and have this conversation.
That's too late. He's already walking to the next house. You don't have time for your bullshit.
Well,
he's fucking Bill Murray.
They can go on the adventure. They don't get access to my skills ostensibly that they need. That's why Bill Murray has approached me.
And it's your neighbor that's in the Ghostbusters movie now.
Good for him. I hope he enjoys the fame and notoriety that I don't want.
It's a cool thing about thought experiments when you make up your own modifiers on top of it. And like, whatever.
Yeah. No, like, yeah, I don't know if the point is Bill Murray's in my house. It's like, no, get out of my house, Bill Murray. I think I would stand pretty hard and fast. We can have the conversation, but you gotta do it on my terms.
Well, it's a different conversation if we gotta like have the multiplier of like that, man.
If he's
that's the whole point of the conversation. So let's lead it to this: who would be in your house, and you walk in, and you're like, "Fucking cool," because that person exists. Don't pretend they don't.
Who would I want to find who have broken into my house?
Not broken. Well, I mean, yeah, technically, but they haven't stolen anything. They haven't damaged anything. They're just sitting there chilling out.
But they have still broken into my house. Yeah. Who would I want?
Yeah, let's phrase it like that. Who are you going to overlook the breaking and entering in and be like, holy shit, dude, hey.
Ooh, I'm trying to think of someone because that's a good question.
Even if it's for like, all right, this is worth it just to get a selfie.
Even if it's just let him break into my house. So I was trying to think of like some famous like home improvement person. This is like, oh, are you here to like fix my house or something? I don't know. But I don't know. They could also just be here to rob me. I don't know what Mike Holmes is doing in my house. Oh, Holmes in your home when you don't want him.
Oh man.
While you're sleeping. I don't know. Like,
what if it's Les Claypool?
Maybe a Star Trek person. Like if Patrick
Michael
Stewart's
Dorr
sitting on my couch, be like, "Oh, hello, Patrick."
Jordan, you asked no questions, and we must go on an adventure.
Yeah, then sure. If Patrick Stewart says we need to go on an adventure, as long as there's no time travel involved, I think we're good.
Hands your lightsaber.
Yeah, I'm down. Get into the TARDIS. We need to go through the Stargate.
Get into the Stargate, Harry.
Oh yeah, no, if fucking Jack O'Neill shows up, is like, we need you to go through the Star. Because yeah, we just watched that fucking McKay and Mrs. Miller episode where like they go to McKay's sister's house.
This is the whole fucking thing. They show up like they do in like a Battlestar Gate Atlantis, where they're like, we've been watching the metrics. You've now watched Stargate enough times to qualify for their.
Yeah, you've watched enough Stargate to actually get to go through the Stargate. Be like, well, you're fucking with me, but sure, I'll go in your white unmarked van. Why not? This is gonna be fun.
Brent brings out a Target. What?
Yeah.
Home renovation. I don't know, man.
If it was Bill Gates, I could overpower him and hold him hostage.
It'd probably be like decoy Mecha Bill Gates.
It turns out it's Mr. T in a Bill Gates mask.
Fool.
You thought you had me?
Would you go through a fucking Stargate, though, man?
So, I guess ultimately it would be over my head, but like, does the Stargate kill you and then send a copy through? Because it's a wormhole, right? But they talk about you being like atomized and having your data sent through, so I don't know.
I mean, what if it is like legitimately like, no, this thing's just folding space-time, dude.
Yeah, like if it was like if it was the space folds. Oh man, did you read the Stephen King story, The Jaunt? I just heard about it today. There was a Quinn's Ideas thing on it where it's like, it is perceptually infinite during going through a wormhole.
Mm-hmm.
So like you have to be asleep while you go through. Otherwise, while you're awake, you just experience eternity and come out on the other side completely insane because your consciousness has been active for an eternity, and then there's just too much information in your brain. So like, but like, assuming like if we're just going by Stargate rules.
What if I just didn't pay attention?
Step through a Stargate, yeah. Like, there better not be a black hole on the other end, but like, yeah, step through a Stargate. Why not? Be like, sup, Teal'c? How do you get your eye shadow like that? I need tips.
I don't know, man. All right. Oh, shit. Now I'm thinking, like, where do you fucking, like, go, no go? Like, what if you had to, like, okay. Shit. All right. Now we're just fucking playing Dead Man's Dilemma. You got a Stargate. You got a fucking DHD. You got the phone book. You got to get off fucking Earth. Earth is going to nope in 5 minutes.
Where do I go?
Yeah, I'm going to Fort Knox, baby. I'm going to go hang out with the Knox.
Yeah, that would probably be best because there's no more Asgard around. I'd be tempted to check out the Furlings because nobody knows shit about those guys. Like, I gotta know. Like, they might be extinct. No clue. They might be like, fuck humans. We hate them.
Difficult multiplier. There's also, you also got the coordinates. Oh, you got the coordinates to the Battle Stargate Atlantis ship and Atlantis.
I don't want to go to Battle Stargate universe. I'd chill it. You know what? Those apartments in Atlantis look nice. I would fucking live in Atlantis. Those are some nice looking units. Those ancients knew how to live it up.
Still there's EPM.
No, I'm just like legit. I'm just gonna be that one dude who gets eaten by a wraith, right? Like, because every episode, some dude just gets nommed on.
That's really. I'm not gonna go rewatch Atlantis. No.
No, stop. It's you know what? It's pretty good.
It is. I mean, you know, I've only watched it twice, I think, which is a lot for me to rewatch something.
This is the first time Lonnie is watching it, so this is my excuse for my third or fourth trip through.
Oh, that's good. Then that's good.
That's been the fun thing is like there's a bunch of stuff that she wanted to watch, but she never got around to it. So it's like, okay, so we go through Babylon 5, we go through DS9, we go through start SG1, we're going through Atlantis.
I wonder if there's like any obscure deep cuts.
We started on Farscape, but we didn't get super far into it.
There's not a. How much Farscape is there?
There's 4 seasons in the movie, and the miniseries, the three part. But like those were long seasons. Those were like 20 episode seasons. So.
Back when a season meant something.
Back when they're like, oh. Like they could excuse the pacing that we get these days because like there was actually 20 episodes in a season.
Right.
Like now there's 10 and they're like, no, you can't just like stall. You
Dude,
know, we
like 10 feels generous, man. Like with me, like if we're getting 7, I'm like, oh, it's an embarrassment of riches.
Yeah, Eight seems to be the mean, I think.
Or on Disney, like, you might get 5.
Loki is 6 for season 2. It's short.
You're like, that's a lot of story to tell, man. Unless it's like if it's something like Sandman.
Yeah, well, yes, Sandman is like very episodic because it has the comic book to fall back on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's paced so that like every 2 episodes is about an issue, or every episode is about an issue. But I guess the one thing is, if it's short, they can't draw it out. So it's like, without getting too spoilery, Loki does a pretty good job of like spoon feeding you the plot over the 6 episodes.
Okay.
So like there's a pretty good pace of like stuff happening. So it doesn't seem like they're wasting time. Ahsoka, they were wasting so much fucking time in that.
I don't know where the fuck they were doing that, man.
That they could have done that in 4 episodes.
Like I'm just saying, Space Witches should have showed up and been resolved in like episode 3.
Yeah. Like, no shit, like that was so god awfully paced.
I don't know.
But again, that's why like Loki, by comparison, just getting off of that is just like, oh my god, stuff's happening week to week. There's like a cliffhanger. I'm interested. Oh, there's like a neat resolution to this that creates like new problems that results in a new thing. Like,
then there's fucking shows that for the writers just know how to do the crack cocaine at the end, and that is the entirety of the.
That's Barry. That is Barry.
Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. That writing crew knows how to do that.
Yeah. No, if Barry is like very much in the vein of like Breaking Bad. It's like it's darker than Breaking Bad. I
gotta see what's happening. What did it with like it can be done right. Like the first time I'll admit that I was angry yet pleased was the BBC's run of Sherlock.
Oh man, and that got bad fast though. Like
I thought it was good.
Those back seasons were not good.
You get 3 episodes a season.
Yeah.
Like they got in, they got out, they did their arc, they were done. The only one I didn't care for was the like Mind Palace. Like I think the last one they made. Like
the twist where it's like that same girl like 3 different times, where like they just had her in different makeup and like different clothing, and they had her do a different accent. Like that was really well done. Or
like, how did Sherlock survive falling off a fucking building? Yeah, like what? How are you gonna write your way out of this? They fucking did it. It was up there with how did BJ survive getting his head chopped off in Wolfenstein, but
yeah, that one was a bit of a stretch.
Like, I mean,
okay. Sure, why not? Yeah.
By that point in the game, you're just like, fuck it, let's go, let's do this.
Yeah.
All right, everyone, it's been fun. It's been real. Thanks for keeping us company, and yeah, it looks like this gonna work. If you got any ideas of where to like stream this thing, I seriously want to like try to break it.
I guess we could try Kick, right? Like,
I guess we can do Kick. We got a Kick account. Maybe Kick and Odyssey next week. We'll
does Patreon do streams?
No. Pretty sure. I'll check
Twitter?
Sunday. Because it's got an option to do live stream, but it's not like through Patreon. It's like embed your live stream here. Unless they got something for like maybe the mobile app. Oh, look.
It may just be like, yeah, share the link to your unlisted YouTube stream.
Well, I mean, the whole thing, like if you want to like schedule a live stream on Patreon, like it just gives you an embed thing. Like I've never seen the option. I don't think there's an option to like OBS. So I was like, if they have a live stream, I'll have to check. It's like probably an app thing.
It's not like not in the drop down or whatever.
Right. The same thing with like fucking Twitter. I'm like, fuck, we'll do it on Twitter. And they're like, no, the fuck you won't. Not unless you want to do it through the app. I'm like, what if I want to use OBS? And they're like, give us money. And I'm like, get fucked. I'm not paying you to provide content for your site, homie. It don't work like that.
But if you get enough retweets, you might get $8.
Yeah, if I was in like whatever, like it's a social media thing, man. Like it will always be treated as such. All right, cool, everybody. Have a great rest of your weekend. I will have things transmogrified and put together at sometime tomorrow. Speaking of Patreon, patreon.com/LinuxGameCast, as I'm now no longer waiting for YouTube RNG. We had really good YouTube RNG last week, so everything kind of came out at the same time. But the week before that, there was like a 4.5 hour processing time where I was like, you know what, fuck this. I just went ahead and pushed the episode out with the video and audio on Patreon. Everybody seemed to be happy with that. Then it went out for everybody else. So think of that as like, if it decides to take fucking 11 hours, which is done before, that'll be there as soon as possible for you guys. I was waiting for the comment to be like, oh, I see what you're up. I'm like, not up to anything. I'm just trying to get the shit out. Cool. Say good night. Good night.
Good night.
I gotta try these new filters out. This guy just fixed a lot of his stuff in the shader filters that now work on the Linux.
Nice. Oh, you have the headphone pads on the store or on the Amazon page, right?
Hang on. Bye-bye.
Bye.